Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, live from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot to talk about. It's a Monday. It's another NASDAQ record-breaking day. Are you making a mistake investing? A lot of you know already. Hell no. How to make money now. Any other options out there? I want to hear from you tonight. And welcome. SSN Lifestyle Gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, if you're not here in the Dominican Republic, you should have been. Why do I say that? It's because today we had an excellent day. Information galore. Only you would have to be here for it, and I can't give it all to you, and nor should I, because we have a few people in the house. Not tonight, but as you know, on Wednesday night live stream, we're going to have a few people. You know, it's the takeover of the live stream by the Punta Cana Investors Forum members. That's their night. I'll make an appearance, of course. But once again, thank you so much for being here. Please share the videos. Let other people know exactly what's going on here in the SSN Nation. If you're a member of the channel, just remember, there's no longer memberships. SSN Nation, Stop Struggling Now, has been demonetized. So therefore, it's based on, I'll just let you know, on some reused content is what they're calling it. So that could be videos that I show for real estate. It could be videos that I show for motivationals. It's all kind of things like that that they no longer will allow on the shorts menu. And that's all I can go by. But so without further ado, if you're in the house tonight, anywhere, I know already on Instagram we have Marcel Perez Torres in the house. Thank you so much for being here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Also, we also have others in the house. Let me see who's in the comments section down here. I see now Victor Marrero, the retiree, the investor extraordinaire, is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And again, no icons for anybody anymore. That's part of demonetization, no memberships. And Victor Marrero, thank you so much again for being here. And he brings his tagline. Hello, all. Let's do this. And that's what we do here. We try to help you. Rising tide lifts all boats. Today, it's NASDAQ, new record, starting off December right. And it's going to be this way for the next 2.5+ years. So if you still aren't riding on that stock market, you better get in while the getting in is good, because you will be left behind. There's dividends being made. There's regular stocks appreciating where you can make money in quick time, not the 5 years or 10 years time frames. Things are moving up so rapidly on some of these stocks that you have no choice but to be in, especially when you start talking about 20, 30, 40, 50% stock going up this year. That's incredible. And some even more. But when the stock market's breaking them all-time records, are you making a mistake investing now? I say, hell no. What do you say? Keep talking. We're going to talk about it. And Victor Marrero says, good for you in the 80-degree weather. That's exactly right. It's freezing here in Florida based on Florida standards. Oh, yeah, man. It's like 80 degrees out right now, in fact. The streets are popping. There's all kind of things going on. Live music event, which I would have been at, open mic night up the street. Anybody watching from Dominican Republic, our Republic on Arena Avenue next to, or shall I say, 2 doors down from Cat's Corner. That's where it's happening. Some of the members of the Punta Investors Forum are probably down there as we speak. But nonetheless, show must go on regardless. Now, I got my little hat today, the little Panama hat. I said, okay, why not? I like it. Why not throw down the little Panama hat tonight? And of course, SSN Lifestyle gear. That's what we'll be wearing all week long. You can always pick up some of this gear, you know where, at ssnlifestyle.com. Now, so far, it's been very, very interesting, I must admit, but it's Lawyers' Day was today. Very fascinating. The way things are going, optimism everywhere around here. They have every right to be, but they're saying the same thing I've been saying. The infrastructure. We don't have the money for the infrastructure. I know. That's why that tax reform bill needed to pass. But nonetheless, that's all under the bridge at this moment. So what am I going to do? We're going to go talk about for our own Professor Auntie Val and family, beachfrontjava.com. That's right, beachfrontjava.com. Write it down. Bring your pen, pads, and papers whenever you're here on any of our live streams, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. You don't want to miss them. You never know when somebody's going to blurt out something like FEPI, like IWMY, ICMY. You just never know. QQQ. You just never know when somebody's going to say something like this. ORC, ARR, AGNC, NYMT. Real Estate Investment Trust for the last 4. PSEC. Just to name a few. If you like 13%, 14, 15% return on your money, I suggest you go look those up. Rewind, will you? But back to Beachfront Java, who's also out here winning. If you like coffee, if you like tea, premium blend, you got to go to beachfrontjava.com and you got to use the promo code, all one word, SSN Lifestyle. Why? Because after your first order, you receive a discount for life. And not only that, premium blend beans and coffee. That's right. You've heard it. It's a whole gamut. You want Keurig? She's got it. If you want fine ground for the espresso lovers, she's got it. You want drip ground? She has it. And whole beans that you can grind down? She has it. 20 different blends of coffee? She has it. Premium coffee and tea, she has it. Go over to beachfrontjava.com, use that promo code SSN Lifestyle, get it and share for Christmas gifts and presents. It's that good. And also free shipping in the United States. That even makes it better. But after your first order, you receive a discount for life. So that's what this is all about. And more importantly, it's our own Professor Auntie Val and family, so you have to show some love. All right? That's what you have to do. Payday. Got paid today, YBITSNOYCRSH. Oh, hold on. Let me slow down. Because Victor Morell's throwing down why he got the cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching today. I'll start over. YB as in boy, IT as in Tom. S as in Sam, N as in Nancy, O as in Y. CRS as in Sam, H. T is in Tom, S is in Sam, L-Y. Y-Max, Y-Mag. Y-M-A-X, Y-M-A-G. P-Y-P-Y, he's loving these dividend stocks. S-P-Y-T, X-O-M-O, cha-ching, doing the salsa dance exactly as he should. And I believe, Victor Morell, this is what we call the best spent $30,000 from a 401k that you can do. Cha-ching every week. He set it up right, ladies and gentlemen. Are you making a mistake by investing, Victor Morell? Let me know what you think. Anybody else, do you think he's making a mistake as he's collecting dividends while he's sleeping? while he's on vacation, while he's anywhere on the planet breathing, he gets commissions, or shall I say dividends, because some of these pay every week, some of these pay every month, some of these, none of these, pay every 3 months. That's what you look forward to when you invest properly. You're not making a mistake. You have 2.5 to 3 years of investing on the upside, and the sooner the better. If you can invest now, it's even better, because there will be an upside. It's gonna keep exploding. All-time record high again today for the NASDAQ. It's just gonna keep rotating. NASDAQ, Dow, just gonna keep going. Industrial, Dow, NASDAQ, and I'm missing one. Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ, even the Russell 2000 is still clipping along. Of course it is. Everybody's going to be winning, those who buy assets over the next 2.5, 3 years. After that, you're on your own. I should be in retirement by then, doing some videos maybe. It all depends on how I feel. All right? But nonetheless, just keep in mind, you have to do something. You can't stand pat. There's no way. Inflation is coming. Things are going to cost more. Everything is going to cost more. And you better hold your breath, because if people do not have the basics, what do I mean? I mean, if you are ill and you need disability, if you are ill and need the hospital, if you are fine, that's great. Health is wealth. But what if you don't make 10% more year over year? That is what you have to start asking yourself. That is what's going to be major in the next few years for a lot of people. Roughly 200 million Americans are going to be in a situation where they wish they would have bought something that generates revenue while you're doing nothing. Even if it's just a few $100s a month from an investment you made now, that's better than zero in case times get awfully hard. And shall I use the word harder? All right, just keep that in mind. Now, there's not much I really want to talk about tonight, but what we are going to do is the usual. We are going to put this on the screen, right? We have to put some things on the screen. Where's my, I keep forgetting. All right, look at this. This is overnight. If you have not downloaded Robinhood and Webull and got your free shares of stock, I suggest you do that now. If you have not downloaded Robinhood and you didn't get your free shares of stock, that's on you. But did you also not get your debit card or credit card with cash back? Think about that as well. That comes in handy. So, did you not go down to Webull, use the link down below in the description box, and not use Webull and say, hey, let me get me some fractional shares or 5 free shares or 3 free shares, depending on the promotion that they have? Again, it's free. It gives you something. You just never know what you're going to get. But at least that gets you started. So why not use the free links down below in the description boxes or down below wherever you are? Why not use that? Why are you out here not taking advantage of free monies, free stocks? You just never know what you're going to be able to get, and you're going to need to hold these stocks for a while. Some of these stocks you may want to sell in 3 or 4 years after they potentially go up almost double. Some of these could. Not all, some. But a lot of them are going to be moving up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% year over year. You just don't know which ones, but you can guess tech stocks. That would be a good guess. In fact, you should put that on the forefront. Crypto, that's going to be on the forefront for the next 2-3 years as well. You have a lot of things that you need to take care of, and that's what I want to know. What are you guys out here going to do about it? You're not going to have many choices left. How to make money now is by getting into these dividend stocks ASAP. If there's any other options, I want to hear about it, where you can make money at relatively a low risk and be able to be happy and doing the salsa dance like Victor Morero every time, every Friday comes along and every Monday comes along, seemingly. There's some salsa dancing going on. And you want to know something else? The stock prices are rising while you're receiving some of this free dividend money, as I call it. We all take a risk when we invest, but that money you got to put to use right now. No more of these liability purchases. Christmas is coming up. And can you guys believe, look, this is insane. I haven't even looked it up yet, but I bet you, what was that, Black Friday? In fact, I'll put it on screen. No, I'll do it this way. Black Friday, 2024, record buying. I'll be willing to bet you more records it's happened. Look at this. Black Friday 2024, shoppers spent a record $10.8 billion online. This is online. As many opted to, here, I'll do it this way. This is insane. Can you guys believe this? As many opted to surf the web instead of face the crowds the day after Thanksgiving. Shoppers spent a record $10.8 billion in online purchases. Cyber Monday is set to smash another spending record. See, I have to question. I've heard people saying the economy was bad. People were saying they couldn't buy eggs. Now I find out every frickin' thing that happened. Thanksgiving Day online record. Black Friday online record. Cyber Monday online record, which is now going to mean Thanksgiving weekend online records. Just think about this, $10.8 billion. Can you imagine the OCs, ordinary citizens out here that could have been making money by just saying, man, 500 million, forget the billion, 100 million. Let's do it a different way, shall we? I'm going to do something that's very, very interesting. So we have $10 billion. That is, there's 1,000 $1 million duffel bags of cash in $1 billion. So that's 10,000 $1 million duffel bags of cash. That is insane. 10 billion. All right. That's only 10,000 $1 million duffel bags of cash, unfortunately. But still, people are spending money like there's no tomorrow. Unbelievable. Record online sales Friday. You guys can see it for yourself. It just never stops. Record with up to 11 billion. Yeah, it's there. Spending soars near 11 billion. So it's not even 10.08 billion. It even went even higher. This is unsettling, quite frankly. I thought people were broke, 70% living paycheck to paycheck. So you know, if that's the record, we know then Black Friday 2024 record credit card buying. Look, that means there's going to be a record for credit cards, no doubt. Best credit card bonuses, no. Black Friday winners and losers. MasterCard, the number 2 U.S. behind Visa, charted a 3.4% increase in retail sales on Black Friday this year. I knew that was going to happen because it all makes sense. People are living on their credit, and that's what they're using. And they're willing to break records. Look at here, Friday's numbers between 10.7 and 11 billion. Inflation and high credit card debt make consumers cautious. Well, if this is cautious by breaking everyday records, this is insanity. anticipating Cyber Monday after record Black Friday. I agree. How is this happening? The day of Thanksgiving, which is a Thursday, Friday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, 3 buying days, and people are out here busting spending and sales records. This is saddening. It's maddening. And you better get some extra stuff in your life, ladies and gentlemen. This is starting to be ridiculous out here. I mean, this is insane. This is really, really bad. Victor Morrell says, if you're strategic with high yield dividend investments, your goal should making more every month. I normally reinvest 20% of received dividends. There you go, Victor Morrell. That's a good point too. Nobody says you have to reinvest 100%. I like to be a little more aggressive, but everybody has their way and reasons why they're investing. He's doing it to maintain a certain level because he's taking the other 80% and he's using that to invest in something else. So that's the beauty of it. If you're doing these high yield dividend investments and you're able to get like 10% in a month, that's incredible. If you're able to get 5% per month, you should take some of those winnings and put it in to a more low risk type of stocks or investment, but a lower risk. Because I call 100% high risk. I call 80% return high risk. I call 50% high risk. 25% is high risk. Speaking of high risk, IEP, the Carl Icahn Group, I is in India, E is in Eric, P is in Paul. You might want to go check that out. Talking about high risk with high dividend yields, but at least it's in the 20 percentile, right? Not 70, not 125 like these YieldMax ETFs. Go to YieldMax ETFs, go check it out. And in fact, here's what I've been doing lately. I've actually let it roll on screen because we have a lot of people who are collecting checks out here because of YieldMax ETF. And so I like to let people see what they are missing as it scrolls by. This is what your friends don't know while they're out here wasting YieldMax. While they're out here buying up liabilities and getting credit for the liabilities. That's incredible. So let's see. What did I do? YieldMax. Oh, I put a T in here. Okay. We messed up. YieldMax ETFs. There we go. Now, these are not like normal dividend stocks. This is based on option purchases. This is, you go there, but you have to have a brokerage account. If you don't like Robinhood and Webull, fine, then get something. We talked about Fidelity on Friday. We talked about Schwab. You can get a lot of different brokerage accounts. I don't really care where you get it from. E-Trade, does not matter. But look at this. This is TSLY, 109%. OARK, 57%, Apple, 24%. Now, again, I keep talking about this every week because this is incredible returns just in 1 year. If you're lucky enough to get this for 1 year, let alone 2 years, which actually could happen, you will be doing the salsa dance. And in fact, you will improve your economic standing greatly by taking these type of risks. And that's why Victor Morrell's taking these distributions. And he's saying, let me siphon off 20% and put them into, I'm fine with getting a 24% distribution, taking 20% of that and putting it into a reinvestment of this and the other 80%, splitting it amongst some other stocks that are at maybe 10% or 9% or 12 or 8, because I'm getting this high distribution and putting it into a lower risk. Because one day, when things crash out for a second, the higher the risk, the worse the crash. What do I mean? The stock price for these will drop significantly more because they don't trade based on the company itself. They trade based on option income trading. That's why you have to go study and understand what's going on. So keep that in mind while you're out here, because again, you have opportunity. For the last year and a half, you've had opportunity. These stocks are $40. $30, $20. Anybody can afford these. All you have to do is just start with $100. Who cares? $50, $25. Just get one. If something's going to repeat itself after 1 year, like 100%, like some of these, then look, you can't be arguing. Look at this 159% distribution for the stock price purchase today. It's going to fluctuate, but still, look at this 50% for a Disney. But again, it's based on option trading, option income from these stock symbols that you see: Netflix, Microsoft, ExxonMobil, right? JP Morgan, all of these. JP Morgan, JEPI, and JEPQ, they're around 9%, or maybe even at 8.7. But the point I'm trying to make is, watch, look at this, 23.89 for their option JPMO. It's almost 3 times what they give as a dividend themselves. So you have opportunity to gain almost 3 times as much. But what's wrong with taking a little bit of that money and actually buying the JEPI or JEPQ, right? PayPal, 40%. These are all nice. SQY, look at this, 110% distribution. See, and MRO, 90. This is like heaven on earth. This is why a lot of people are doing the salsa dance, quite frankly. Hopefully you guys can see this crispy clear. Look at that. AI. Look at these returns. YMAX. Look at this, the salsa dance. Do these look familiar on Victor Marrero's list of goodies? Look at some of these lists is on this list that you see going by. See, look at this 168. That's his MicroStrategy that does crypto. Whenever crypto starts going up, people start doing option income trading and doing all kinds of things. So that generates the income that they use. Look at this, ULTY. Brian P's one of his favorites. YBIT's coming up. There it is, 118% distribution. And here comes this CRSH. Look at that. This is crazy. Look at this, 118% distribution. You can buy these stocks on the stock markets. It's not over the counter. Look at this, GDXY. That's gold. That's incredible. There's this SNOY. Look at this, 100%. That's because the option money is coming in so good that they're giving people $2, $3, $4 a share. Some people have, like Brian P, has 1,000 shares of some stock, 2,000, 3,000 shares of some stock. So if somebody says I only spent like $15,000, but now I get a payout of $2,000 every month, most people would take that. This is why you have to look into it. Even BABO at 57%, even all these are basically outrageous. The Alibaba is outrageous for the distribution. Look at this. This is just outrageously great. So we're giving it to you. And here comes the TSMY, which is very interesting. The SMCY, I want to see what that is. That's not even up. PLTY, interesting. And big, I don't even know what Big E is. I don't even know what BIG is. But again, this is highly recommended. YieldMax ETFs. Right now, for the next 2 years, it should be golden. And thank you, Victor Marrero, for sharing all those. Appreciate it. You should be golden out here, ladies and gentlemen. So what am I going to do here? I'll put it in the chat rooms all over the place because I want people to see where they can go when they see this on replay. What you're seeing is not fake. It's actually happening. YMAX and YMAG actually give out dividends every Friday. And then other shares of stock also gives out dividends every week. So what can we say? It's a beautiful thing, if I say so myself. So once again, we're doing the salsa dance over here with the Panama hat. I've always wanted one of these. So Joel at Opian Furniture, who's here. We were there today with the group, and they expanded their offices. They're selling something called the Gym in Cap Cana. Cap Cana is a very nice upscale neighborhood in Punta Cana. And yes, the units are large, but you pay big money for being in a planned community that Cap Cana has so much acreage there. It's out of control. All the acreage that they have is ridiculous. It's enough. I don't even remember what it is, but all I remember is it's millions of hectares. That's all I remember. They haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg yet, and they have some of the best beaches in the world inside Cap Cana by itself. The only thing is, to me, there's always an up and a down. To me, it's upscale luxury. That's what it's designed for. It also is designed for people to live there. Why do I say that? It's very simple. You have world famous beaches. You have world famous golf courses. And then you have things like a water park there. It's just like its own little city that you don't actually have to leave. But it's rare that any person that lives there is going to have amenities. So there's golf courses, yes. There's 5-star hotels, yes. There's world-class beaches, yes. There's a water park there, yes. There's venues for music there that hold 5,000. Elton John did his thing like a year and a half ago, or maybe a year ago. Held like over 5,000 people at that venue in Cap Cana. The Heat Latin Music Awards in Cap Cana. So they have a lot of events. Polo in Cap Cana. Equestrian in Cap Cana, even though Vista Cana has it as well. But the point I'm trying to make is they have things for their citizen that live in Cap Cana or visitors that they can go use these particular, I don't call amenities, because amenities should be free. These aren't free. That's the thing about Cap Cana. They have things there, but you have to pay for everything. All right? So that's why the price for property there is much higher, and pretty much than almost anywhere in this side of the country. So that makes it kind of cool. All right. Just keep in mind, Brian P. is here in the house. He's here. Hold on. I got to go back up. I missed something. Hold on a second. I missed something up here. Victor Marrero, he has said something that I missed. $10,000, $1 million don't even sound right. That's how insane this amount is. Exactly. That's what's so crazy, right? These billionaires go, well, I'm worth about $20 billion. And I'm like, dude, you got $20,000, $1 million bags of cash and you're being stingy? Really? My God. Brian P., welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And that's what you do every Monday after the Friday. You receive money into your brokerage account, and you're doing one hell of a job. Mr. Dividend is here, and he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, all. I hope all is well with you. Yes, it's all well, man. We got some of Familia, the SSN Nation Familia in the house, scoping about in the Dominican Republic, in the Punta Cana area. Tomorrow, we'll be hanging at Vista Cana, just so everybody knows. We got to go check out a few things, and then we'll be over at Vista Cana. And so some people haven't been over there, so they're going to be able to go check it out. It's going to be pretty sweet. Vista Cana is coming along real nice, and there's only a few more options available where you can buy at least a one-bedroom under $145,000, 120, 110, 109, 118. You got a few of those. But guess what? I don't think they're going to be going up anytime soon. Why do I say that? Because people are too busy spending all their money on liabilities in America and Canada, the top two places that buy the most real estate in the Dominican Republic. So if they stop buying real estate, because you can't buy it with credit, well, you could, but that's going to, cost you an arm and a leg. But the fact of the matter is, you have to have cashola. So there lies the situation on why there's a slowdown with real estate over here. And that means opportunity is knocking. Fly and buy discounts. Cyber Monday discounts. So if you're interested, just keep in mind, there are building so many different projects here that taking a risk, I would not do it. Because what do I mean by not do it is, if you think that you should buy a condo, villa, townhome and pay because it's a hot project or hot property and pay ridiculous amounts of money, that is not investing. If you're buying just so you can live there and you want to feel good and you want to live wherever you want to live and you're just buying it to live there, then you can pay whatever you want. But if you're buying it for an investment, then that's not going to be an option, because you can't willy-nilly just go and say, well, I think I'll buy a 1-bedroom for 300 grand. Because there's only certain places that you will be able to get even $300 a night for that. And even if you could, you're going to have 20 to 30% management fee if you have management. Then you're going to have HOA. So you're already going to be down below 10%. It's very simple mathematics. And I'm just saying it again. Do not overpay. Again, before, my recommendations 4 or 5 years back, 4.5 years back, was very simple. 0.1%. That's what you need to rent it for, and you do your own research on Airbnb, VRBO, and see how much things are renting for. But now you can't do 250. The reason why you can't even think about even up to 250 anymore is because properties are costing more. A 2-bedroom now is 250, but they're not even over 1,000 square feet. All right, so this is what I'm trying to say. Unit sizes are smaller, purchase prices are almost the same or more, and that's a problem. 2 bedrooms are 300 grand, 278, 300, 350, and you can buy villas for that. So that is a problem. And will you be able to get 300 a night on a condo? That you don't know. Are you going to gamble for 4 years from now that you're going to be able to charge that? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. If things cost for a 1-bedroom, such as this, $275 to $300 per night, and if people are trying to get a 2-bedroom and they're trying to get $350, $400 a night, or $450, then villas jump in and say, well, hell, we can sleep 8, 10 people, so we're going to charge $500, $600 per night because they're charging $400 per night. All of a sudden, you're going to run into something they have here, those all-inclusives. That's what you're going to run into, because you can stay at all-inclusives when you start getting into this $400, $500, $600, $800, $1,000 per night thing. That's why there's a lid on this. If they didn't have the hotels here and everything was organic, or not that many, I should say. If they didn't have that many and it was all organic, then okay, it might make sense. But when you have all these hotels here and they're all inclusive, and now you can have 2 people or maybe 4, depending on if there's promotions. And when they say, okay, $600 a night, and they're talking about all you can eat, water parks potentially, shows, and you're at the beach. And so then how are you supposed to pay for like a 1-bedroom at 200 and something, or a 2-bedroom at 350, 400 and something? That's not going to make any sense, because 4 people going out to eat here now, it's not cheap anymore. I mean, that's just the way it is. This is a tourist destination. They're acting like it. And their peso to dollar keeps rising, which means it's worth less. So that means there's inflation here. So they have to charge more just to make the same. So normal meals, $25 to $35 for an entree in the evening time is normal now. That wasn't the thing. Just 4 years ago, it was under $20 in most places. You could have a very nice meal for somewhere between $10 to $16 or $17. Now you're going to be $25 to $35. And like I said, drinks are now like $10 or $12. Depends. Just like in America, like you're at a club. So same kind of things are happening because it's a popular location. So Are you making a mistake investing? No. But I'm just giving you the ideas, what's happening, and this is going to happen everywhere. This isn't going to be just for Dominican Republic. It's going to be everywhere because America is the one that makes all the engines go. All right. So Brian P., he says, hey, Eric, hope all's well. Yes, it is. LOSS and family. I got the notification, saw the trailer, and he smashed the like button for the trifecta. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciate it. And he brings his other tagline, we are making money in here. That's what we do. That's what we do. And that's what Brian P. does. That's what Victor Morel does, and everybody else that's in the house. If you hear the words coming out of my mouth every week, 2 years, 9 months to go. I picked up some MSTY share today. Hey, man, you have no choice. You have the perfect reason to take out some of those dividends and reinvest in some other dividend stocks or something else. Use that to invest in another asset. Exactly. You should not be doing at your level 100% back into that same share. You should start thinking, well, wait a minute, I think I can live with 14, 13, 12% at a lower risk scenario, but you're taking that money out of the one that's doing 120% annually for the distribution, right? So that's the beauty of it. XRP is on fire, yes, because Gensler went away. I'm not a big crypto guy, but it's moving. Yes, that was highly expected. XRP's only been held down because of Gensler. And since he resigned, or I think he resigns or going to resign, that's why crypto is going to start moving, because he never wanted to put any guidelines in place. He was basically like, no, no, yes, no, maybe so, all this crazy stuff. And then they would arrest somebody. And people are like, wait a minute, you told us that we had to be regulated, so we're regulated. Yeah, well, you did something else wrong. Okay, fine, but they keep moving things around. But when him out, either there's not going to be any regulations, which now means crypto's going to go berserk. So, yeah, that I expect crypto to do it. Victor Morel says the other 80% dividend income, I use it to trade options with blue chip stocks. He's giving you guys some strategies. That's how you do it. How to make money now. If you learn how to do stock trading, that would be awesome. These two strategies combined to make the money generation loop for me. Taking calculated risk is okay. Exactly. He said the magic words, calculated risk. Because he's not sitting there going, you know what, just feed me the 110% distribution, 160% distribution, high risk. Because what's happening is, because they're using the distribution money and there's no asset, the stock price can take a hit. So if you have 1,000 shares and they're giving you, let's just use a simple number, $1 per month for your dividend, that's $12,000 a year. You'd be happy. Over 100%. But the problem is, what if the stock price value drops to 6,000? So really 6 plus 10 is 10 minus 6 is 4,000. So you still have a profit, but it's not 10,000, 12,000. That's not the case. So that's the beauty of it. That's why you take some of those funds and put them into another fund that's a lower risk. Calculated risk is the key. It's called investing, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you do. Be the CEO of your life. I think there's a t-shirt somewhere. Stop Struggling Now has it. Go to stopstruggling.com and you might find that CEO of my life t-shirt. That's what you have to be. Brian P., good for you. How many ULTY shares do you have now? They declare third week, 11th of December, coming up in about 9 days. Perfect timing for you. All right. Hopefully everybody's getting some love out here with this. Hopefully you guys like that little intro that I did for a 10-minute intro. 10-minute. I figured, you know what, might as well do my own countdown for a change, courtesy of you know who. These guys here at EV Mux. All right. Here we go. He says 3,350 ULTYs. That is incredible. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? 3,350, and some of those are on reinvestment, so it's working for itself. And I'm actually going to go down here and pull up ULTY. Sorry, Mr. Dividend. And I'm going to show people something, and they're going to be like sick. They're going to be like, you got to be kidding me right now. This can't be true. That's what they're going to be saying. They're going to go, this cannot be true. My eyes deceive me. Oops, I didn't want the prospectus. What's happening? Hold on. How did I get to the prospectus? That's what, oh, wonder. Easily got to the prospectus. Where's the ULTY? Okay, ULTY. Let's go over. Wait, what's going on? What's going on? Sheesh. There we go. Thank you. All right. We'll go to ULTY and let's see what its payout was last or going to be. Okay. 83 cents, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So that's over $2,400 if he has 3,000 shares, right? You can see that. So it's 26, 27. It's almost 3,000. That last month, if he had that, look, $10. That would take for him over 33,000. But some of you may not realize he's been holding ULTY. So he's been reinvesting, and they're only $10 shares. So is this not awesome or what? This is crazy. $10,000 is 1,000 shares. You could be getting, like last month that would have been $830. Now, if you reinvest that, you would have added 80 shares, at least 83 to be exact. So then the following month, you add 83, and then now you just figure 83 times 83 is 60, another $64, $65. Well, a little more than that, but nonetheless, that is spectacular work if you can get it. Make it work for you. Beautiful work, Brian P. Great work. That's why he has that title, Mr. Dividend, in the house. Okay. Very, very exciting, if I say the least. Very happy for him. He's doing the right thing. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's get out of here. Hey, you guys notice since we've been on EVMux, YOMAX ETF was on screen for the longest time. No mishaps. I'm liking it. $10,000, $1 million don't even sound right. Yeah, I saw that already. Let me scroll down. This is the only hard part on here. I just can't keep up once I move it. YMAX. I have 700 shares of YMAX. Jesus. That pays every week, ladies and gentlemen. Victor Morel says, Eric, by the way, both JEPI and JEPQ declared their monthly dividends yesterday and will be paying this Wednesday, receiving dividends 2 days in this week. Love this game. Okay, you guys this is unprecedented. Everybody that's watching this live stream, you need to share this. This is unprecedented right now. There is all kinds of ways that people can you saw the one, ULTY is $10 a share. These shares are not that expensive, especially with YOMAX ETFs. Now, JEPI and JEPQ, they're in the 50s, 55, 57, whatever. But you can buy partial shares as well and receive partial dividends for that share, the percentage-wise, in most cases. So you don't lose out if you don't even have a full share. Just saying, you got to be in the game. You want to play with the big boys? You want a Bomba, right? Come on, be a superstar. Take a risk. You're already taking a risk with your life. You guys don't realize it. Every day that you don't take a risk for investing for yourself, you're taking a risk to get fired from your job, to get an illness, something that removes you from your normal workplace and comfortable zone because you have a job. What happens if that's gone? You run a business, you've been loving life. What happens when that's gone? That's what you have to ask yourself. What if that is gone entirely? Then what do you do? that's what you're going to have to deal with in about 3.5 years. All right. When you can't play this game potentially as we know it right now, might have to invest a different way, some other option that you will choose. So that's what we're talking about. Brian P., damn, good for you. That's over $30 per month between ULTY and YMAX. I can see you'll get retirement finish line a lot quicker. Exactly. And if he reinvests a large percentage of that, that's going to keep rising. But again, when we talk about yield max ETFs, it's hard to recommend 100% reinvestment. I can recommend that for the first 6 months, 7 months, but after that, you have to start taking some of that high yield income and put it into a lower risk stock. Get around 10% or 12%. I don't care, 9% even. Use that as a stepping stone to something that's more stable, because you're going to need it. Because when stuff hits the fan in 3.5 years, things start going down, because what goes up in record highs has to come down somewhat for correction. When that happens, you don't want to be holding the bag like that. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Stock prices in the yield max ETFs, I would believe, would start dropping, and not just a little bit if there's a problem with the economy. All right. Yes, I will start buying some other stocks at the beginning of the year. Good timing. Exactly. You've been on a roll ever since you re-entered over the last 4 or 5 months. So that's a great job. Thank you, Victor. You've been killing it, man. I'm very happy for you. Very proud of you, man. Great job. Great job. Eric, are you staying at the same Airbnb as last Punta Cana visit? Still have the $10 daily charge for the AC? No. So let me explain what happened. Though it wasn't a daily charge. It was Coral Village is where I normally stay. So the guy says, I have like this deal that the guy, normally I would stay for $40 a night. For some reason, he starts this $52 a night thing. And I was just like, well, I can find something for that same price. And quite frankly, I really don't the Coral Village is fine. It's a 1-bedroom unit that's only around 500 square feet. So it makes it kind of compact. You have a bedroom, then you have the living room, and then you have a table, kind of like in the combo living room, dining room, kitchen, but there's hardly any space because you have a kitchen, a washer dryer, and a fridge halfway, but on each side of the walls, so to speak. So it makes it seem a little bit smaller. So it gets kind of claustrophobic after a while. But nonetheless, I still stay there because it was $40 per night, right? So he says 52, and he starts spouting the usual marketing salesman thing about it's high season or something. I'm like, dude. So I'm staying in a different location, which I won't say right now. I'll say it after I come back next week. But this place where I'm staying right now is it's in the same area, but they have prices that are off the charts because they have units that sleep 2 people, 4 people, 6 people, 8 people, 10 people, all different types of units. They have electricity built in. Coral Village does not. Coral Village, I have to go to SEPN and pay at the machine or pay at the exchange place for my SEPN electricity. But if you're out, so for instance, tomorrow, I'm going to be out all day pretty much. Electricity be off from sometime like 9:30 in the morning until 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So on those days, electricity will be about $5 to $6. But if I stay in, then it's definitely going to be $10. So that's one of the things where I normally stay. It was based on you. Now, this new place where I stay, which was less than the 40 a night, it was around still 40 per night, now that I'm thinking about it. But on this particular one, they said, get this, $5 a day included. So I just paid separately. I just gave them like $20 because because I only planned on staying 4 days. Maybe I'll stay longer, but who knows? And then, it was like, oh, fine, works for me. So that's what's pretty cool. And I even got something even better. The first day, they didn't have a small 1-bedroom unit because somebody extended or whatever they did. So then they said, hey, you can have a 3-bedroom unit. Then, this is what happens when you have good karma. That evening, the lady says, you know what? Since the people are extending that 1-bedroom, we're not going to send you down there. I'll let you stay in that same unit and pay $5 for electricity. I was like, bingo, I love it. So it's sweet. So it just turned out like that, but that's not the norm. The norm is this, for this room that I'm staying in, the norm is $22. I think it was $22. I think it was $22 for the stay. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So that was, but it was, you guys know, here's how I do it. Whenever I stay at a place that I've stayed there before, but when you really don't kind of want to stay there, I always book like 2 or 3 nights. I told you guys this before. So that way I get flexibility. If I decide that I don't want to stay here, then I'm like, okay, I'll just go to another place. And if I have to pay more, I'll just pay more. No big deal. But the point is, I just figure I always like flexibility. So I don't usually do 7 nights straight. I usually do 2, 3, never 4 generally, 2 or 3. And then I decide, am I going to stay here? Then how long am I going to stay after? Then I say, okay. And sometimes the rooms aren't up to par. Let's just, sometimes it's just wiggy stuff like the bedroom door. It's warped. So you just get tired of, trying to open the door. It's just little stuff that happens when there's another unit that has none of these issues. AC, people have different AC units and they don't all blow or efficient. So I'm like, okay, then I'll move. It's just, you just go with what you like. Because if you're just talking about a difference of plus or minus $5 to $10 generally, then I'll just move. But in this case, I got lucky. Good karma. So what can I tell you? But no, it's not a daily charge of $10. It's on the Coral Village. It's based on, there's nobody at there's one person at Coral Village that wants you to pay, that I ever rent it from, give them a deposit thing. It was kind of weird. But I was like, why are you doing that? Because Seppin is like less than 50 yards away. So I'll just go pay for Seppin directly because they were saying, give us like $100 and some. And I was like, hey, I only use like $5, $6 a day. I'm rarely even in the unit. So there's no reason I'm only going to be here like 4 or 5 days. So why am I giving you $100? And then you're going to have to pay it back to me? That's ridiculous. So it's just stuff like that. But I'm happy. It's all good. But this place that I'm staying at now does have what you're talking about. Like I said, they do a daily charge for whatever you use, like a hotel kind of thing. An energy surcharge, I guess you would call it. Eric, did you get your Cash App? Oh, Brian P., thank you so much for that, man. I forgot about it because I looked the other day. I was sending money to somebody and I was like, why do I have a message saying something about money? And so I just went out of Cash App like no big deal. Then I was sitting there and like, you know what? Let me go see what that message was. And then I saw Brian P. I saw a Cash App. I thank you very much. It stopped struggling now on Cash App since we don't have memberships anymore. I did mention that on Friday, and you went over there and Cash App to stop struggling now, the $10 bonus money, the donation. Thank you so much, man. I humbly appreciate that. And I'm sorry I didn't mention that. Because it was a few days ago and I've been running rampant over here trying to get some things done. And earlier today, I had a conversation with some of these guys at Larimar, And that kind of got me a little irritated. So your current Airbnb is 40 a night only with amenities. Okay. The only amenities, I'm staying in a condo. That's why, Victor Morrell, and it's low season too. But I'm only staying in a condo. They have, yes, washer, dryer. They have, not in the unit though. It's outside underneath a deck. They have a nice big deck. Underneath the deck is washers and dryers. They have a garage, parking, free. They have a little pool. The pool is no more than, I would, well, I don't go swimming in pools, but let's just say it's, guess wise, 25 feet long. That's about it. And maybe about 15 feet wide. It's small. So that's about the only amenities they have. But hey, free parking is, I guess, an amenity. And washer and dryer, they do have that, except it's outside under the deck, and a pool. That's the amenities. And you're in Los Corrales, where we're an hour ahead of Eastern time zone right now. So that means I missing out on open mic night at Our Republic, which is by Cat's Corner. Or could be at one of the beach clubs also, or anywhere. They have music being played here and everything. It's not really that crowded yet, but it's still kind of crowded. Not a lot, but it's kind of cool. So yes, that's it, Victor. In other words, check this out. So, okay, so the 40 a night. Now, after you add, those are the amenities. And after you add everything up, because remember, I'm paying, there's tax, remember? Because they're an actual business. They're a condo hotel. So there's 18% tax, so kick that in. Then I'm paying the $5 per day, so kick that in. So that's where we're at with this. All right, so whatever that number is, that's what I'm paying. So I'm happy with that. I don't really care. So the other guy was going to charge me $52, and also my cleaning fees included. The other place that I normally stay, they charge me at the end of my stay $45 cleaning fee. So it almost, for me, I was like, okay, I pay a little bit extra, but I have a nicer place and I'm hanging out. Just as it's quiet, no problems. In fact, it's a little quieter, kind of. So, it's all good, man. All good. Cannot complain. Brian P., you're welcome, Eric. Thank you again, man. Greatly appreciated. Thanks for the emails as well. But this week, remember, I'm in Punta Cana. We're having the Punta Cana Investors Forum. I'm probably going to have one more of these. I thought this was going to be the last one. I got some other news. Look, I have to say some things because we were by the Larimar offices. I stepped in. I saw Juan Andreas. Okay. He started talking to me. He took a group of people up to the cliff. He said they're blowing up rocks again on the cliff. I said, of course you are. I said, what are you going to do? Get about another 10 machines out there and start breaking up rocks? That volcanic rock up there, the whole cliff is what it is. It's a seismic evolution of the planet. In order to have any islands, you have to have volcanic eruption. Well, basically a mountain to sit above water. So it has to be volcanic. So that means you're going to be breaking up rocks for the next 100 feet down. I mean, this is no shocker. You should have been breaking up rocks for the last 2 years. But they're going to go up there, do some dynamite. But he wasn't doing that. He was taking a group of people up there to show them. They started putting out picnic tables so people can sit on the cliff and see that beautiful ocean view from way back there up on the cliff. It's awesome, I got to admit. So they're selling it that way now. And then he says to me, Eric, we should have a restaurant up now. Again, these guys don't like me talking about them, but I'm kind of like, why are you doing a restaurant when there's nothing there? I mean, that was weird. Not a model, not not of anything that has any value, because there's restaurants everywhere around here. So I don't understand why they would have a restaurant up there unless they're going to start having people go up there more often. Probably, I can understand that. But everybody who's invested in this project is sitting there going, when? And there's a disturbing thing that happened today that I did not like. It was very disturbing. How old would you say is the building? They did a renovation. The building is probably, from what I can tell, was probably made in like the 1980s for some of so what they did was they did that HGTV renovation type thing, where the bedroom is repainted, you put some pictures on the wall, you check out the floor to make sure the flooring is fine. You do stuff like that. So, and you don't replace the flooring, right? And then you get some new bedding and new furnishings and new counters and things like that. But then you have your bathrooms, you look in your bathroom going, well, you know what? This is fine. It'll work. That's the type of renovations they did. It still ends up being very nice. They did everything right. The aqua colors, because you're in the beach area. The pictures. Let me see. Can you guys see that one in the back? Look. The pictures of the beach. What did I tell you guys about that for all you Airbnb people? You got to have was going to sit in front of me, but I just put it in the back in case I had a background view. But that's what you should do. They have nothing on the counters, like I told you guys. So people, when they come in, their guests come in, they put their wallet down, purse down, maybe watches, rings, and stuff. There's not already a clutter there. So whoever designed this, well, they did a great job. And if they were watching SSN Nation, then they did a great job. They're using aqua colors on this bedding. They're using white and the geometric patterns for their pillows on the bed. They're doing everything right. Everything. The place is clean, even though some parts of this is like 1980s. So everything is clean. There's no bugs, no roaches, no nothing. They have lamps on the tables. All tables have a lamp. Simple lamp, nothing extravagant, just a white lamp. Easy, right? They didn't go overboard. They have a desk area like this one right here that I'm using. So it's a bona fide desk, just like you're in an office. So that's in this bedroom suite, because this is even though this is a 3-bedroom, this particular room has a king-size bed to my left. Behind me is a sofa sleeper. And over here is the bathroom, full bath. All right, with a sink, but not a kitchen. But at one time, this looks like there was a kitchen right here. But they took out everything because there's a kitchen in the main area, in the other living room. And then in the other room, it has a sofa sleeper. But they did it, not a sofa sleeper, bunk beds. 2 of them, 1 on each side of the room. So they can sleep like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that living room, 7, 8 in that bedroom, 10 people in this room. And you see there's a door back here. That door leads out, I don't know where, but it leads out. I'm on the 3rd floor. But I could hear people talking. So there might be a bedroom behind me or a balcony behind me. I don't know what's behind me because I never even went to go check. But there's a door here. And if it goes to another area and can add into another room, that would make this even more special. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So they did a great job. Everything, I commend them very well. They have fans in the room. They have AC in each one of they have an AC in each of the bedrooms. Fan in the living room. Fans in each bedroom. They did it right. Everything they've done right. Now, what did they do wrong? They did an HGTV makeover, and that means they have 1980s stuff like the windows. They're older. They didn't replace the windows. So that means it's not energy efficient. In fact, because they're using these 1980s windows, they can't even close the bathroom window all the way. So there's always a space there. So that's leakage. But it's little stuff like that, but they're making the money. So they can always fix it up later. But all I'm saying is, as long as people are paying a fixed rate, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? That you're losing air. But if you weren't paying and you had to pay SEPN, you're going to worry about the window being a little cracked open by an inch or two or three. You'd be like, hold up a second. We have an issue. But yeah, this is all good. How old would you say is the building? Okay, just trying to compare. Yeah, again, the building is probably 1980-ish, but they've done renovations. Again, they did the HGTV thing, the reality show things. Like I say, well, we can keep this tile, or we can keep this shower. We don't have to replace the shower. That type of stuff. Anything that they did replace in the shower, like in the main one, they did a very nice job. New vanity, but then they didn't replace the shower because they have the old chrome and it's pitted and everything. So they didn't even replace that. Shower heads, nothing. Still works fine, but again, where they could cut corners, they did. So, but it looks like it's a 2010 to 2015. If you didn't know what to look for and aren't familiar with building, then you're going to think this was refurbished in 2015 to 2020, somewhere in there, which it looks like to me. And but you can easily see they left some of the 1980s remnants left, because you can tell by the windows themselves. They're made a certain way. They don't even make these anymore. So it's about a 40-year-old window. So this place is at least, I would say, 40 years old, but the renovation looks like this is freshly renovated, and they've done a great job. White walls with accents of aqua colors. And then the bedspreads are aqua color with, like I say, geometric patterns in it, or water pattern on it. They did a great job. Whoever designed this was an A1 designer. So it makes you feel like at ease, calm, because they're using all the soothing colors. And then, like I said, they have things like, I'm looking at a picture here, and they got palm trees, the beach, a little van with the surfboard on it. They have this little collage-like picture. So everything they're doing is fine. Up here over the beds, another picture, a kid's at the beach, but it's a real painting. Again, everything they're doing fine. They have a TV in every location, living room, bedrooms, TVs. So they did a great job. I'm not down with 40 to 50 per night with my unit. This is just me. Yeah, Victor Morel, but this is not Counter Rock. This is Los Corrales. And it's Los Corrales. That's all I can say. But the real price, what's the real price? No, it is. It's 50. So here's what would have happened. So I booked this for 3 nights, not realizing it was a 3-bedroom. That's the first thing, Victor Moreau. The 3-bedroom, $172 for the 3 nights. All right. Then it was $22 for the electric for all 3 nights. So that's the funny thing. Then when I got up here, I can't call downstairs, but I text and I said, hey, this is, I don't need a 3-bedroom. So she goes, that's what you booked. I said, are you serious? That's all it was per night for the 3-bedroom? I thought it was a 1-bedroom. No, it's a 3-bedroom. So that's literally, as it breaks down, I guess it's a little more. It's like 60. Yeah, it's almost like 60. It's a little more than 60 per night when you think about it. But it's not, because since I'm going to be staying. Hold on. Hope you guys can still hear me. I see USB device disconnected. But in fact, let me disconnect something just a second. But in fact, I'm going to tell you what it is, Victor Morel. You're going to love this. My next nights, however long I stay, is $60 per night, including tax and everything, including electricity. So from now on, for the rest of this week, it's $60 per night, including AC, including tax, everything, out the door. That's it. So that's a hell of a deal. So I'm not leaving. Just so you know. So I guess, yeah, so like you said, 50 to 60 a night. But again, remember, we're in Los Corrales. Okay? I'm in Los Corrales. Everybody here charges less than they're going to, well, see, that's where the thing comes in. You're at Conarock. You're at Macau. They're trying to elevate that area. They're making condo hotels. Poseidonia is a condo hotel. Oasis by Vivantia. They're making their Oasis Bay condos there across the street from Poseidonia. They just made a deal with Malia. So it's a condo hotel with Malia. Malia all-inclusive properties. That is a win. That's how you do condo hotels. People may not understand, what do I mean? Aston Hotels is not Malia. All right? Wyndham is not Malia. Malia has all-inclusive resorts, and they have a travel club. The travel club members, some pay $80,000, $90,000, $100,000. What does that get them? They can stay at all-inclusive Malia spots. Or the condo spots that Malia has a property management agreement with. So they can take that $50,000, $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 for that ownership package, that I don't know what it's not a timeshare, it's a travel package, because they can stay at the all-inclusive resort, or they don't want to stay at the all-inclusive resort, they want to stay at that condo. They can use their membership for that. It's a travel club, so to speak. That is much different than just having a condo hotel with a name on it. Now you're backed by a whole Malia worldwide. 44 or 50 all-inclusive places worldwide, and at each location they have people sign up for their travel club. A lot of the all-inclusives have this. But Malia is nothing to joke around with. They have spots all over the world. These guys are badass. And that puts the place here in their reservation system for thousands of people. Thousands. So people are going to stay at Malia all-inclusives just by using Expedia, Booking.com, and all that. But they're going to actually have their branding Malia inside. I can't remember what it's called. It's called Malia Inside Condos or Inside something. They already have it branded. They're already doing this. Unlike these other guys who are just basically a management company and they're worldwide. Malia is a whole different thing. So I'm very proud that Vivantia got them. And I told them not to do Wyndham. I told them not to do Aston. I said, don't do any of those. You're going to regret it. They at least listened and did not sign up with none of them. And they go, hey, we're signing up with Malia. And I said, oh my God, that's a game changer for Oasis Lake. Actually, that's a game changer for Macau too, for their Oasis Bay property, because it's in the Hard Rock golf course area. So now people are going to be able to say, okay, I can stay in that condo there. I get to go golfing. I can get the day passes. I can go to the beach. I can go to that beach club. I can go to the Hard Rock, at least for the casino, nightclub, restaurant, whatever. So that changes the whole game for Oasis Bay owners. And Oasis Bay owners might even have the benefits, depending on your ownership package, that travel package thing, that they can actually go use Malia Resorts all-inclusive spots. That's what they have. Malia is no joke. So they did a great job getting Malia to be in their property. And they have another deal that Oasis got, Vivantia got. Can you believe this? According to what they're saying, I got to go verify this. I'll be over there to talk to them tomorrow. They're saying the HOA fees from the condo hotel owners are going to be paid by Malia. Why are they going to do it? It's because they have their travel packages, memberships. So all that money pays the HOA. Can you believe this is insane? This is awesome. That's awesome if it's true. So I got excited when I saw that. I said, oh my God, that's a game changer. That works. We love that. We love that. Make sure you guys smash that like button out here. All right. We're over here in Punta Cana making waves, doing damage. But yeah, Victor Morel, you don't have this luxury. But remember, all the stuff in Los Corrales, for instance, your unit costs like $230 for your 2-bedroom over 1,000 square feet, $230K. I'd be willing to bet you this building, when they got this, I don't know how long ago, I'd be willing to bet you this building, because they're still working on it. So it had to be like 4 or 5 years ago. That's what I'm guessing. Maybe 6 or 7, the way things work around here. But 2015 to 2020 is what this looks like furnishing wise. So it has to be relatively soon. But they're still working on it. But I'll be willing to bet you it didn't even cost $230, because this was not a condo unit. This was a hotel. They converted the rooms into this somehow they did it. I think they had something. It's weird. I haven't figured it out yet. It looks like the front half of the building was already 2-bedroom suites. And it looks like the back half appears to be studio units, but lined up. And so then they chopped them somehow. I still don't know how they did it, but it's ingenious. However they did it, I'll start getting some history so I can talk about it on Wednesday. But the fact of the matter is, however they chopped this up and made this, it's interesting. So what I think is there's a door behind me. And I think this was like you walk up from some other level. That's what I think it was. Because there's no elevator here, but there's 4 levels. There's a rooftop up here. There's 4 levels. So I don't know exactly what this was, but whatever it was, is pretty cool. I think it was all units with different entrances, and all they did was connect everything by putting doors in between and making rooms. That's what I think happened, because there was clearly a kitchen here overlooking the street. And then this had to be the living room, but then here's a bedroom with a block here, which I don't know if they cut that out or if it was really like that. But nonetheless, this was clearly a 1-bedroom. But now there's a door over here that goes to another living room, but it comes up by the staircase. So that means on that side, that was a 1-bedroom on that side, just a little bigger. And so then they made it where you got lock off all over the place. So it's kind of cool how they designed this thing. On-demand heat, by the way, for the showers. Press a button, cuts it on, 5 minutes. It's not the instant one. This is the one that's got to heat up 5 to 10 minutes. And then after that, you're good to go. No issues. So the electrical output is minimal, quite frankly. They have everything right. Malia Group is inside the Hard Rock compound. Didn't know that. Yeah, man. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Exactly. These guys are big. This is like a major coup. I didn't know that either, that they were in the Hard Rock. Let me go look this up. Hard Rock Anywhere? I didn't know they were partners of any sort. Wow. Yes. Malia Hotels International, Hard Rock, are located in Punta Cana. Malia, Hard Rock Casino, Malia, Punta Cana, Malia, Caribe, Hard Rock. Yeah, there's some affiliation. I just don't know what it is. But I would not be surprised. In fact, Hard Rock has a vacation club as well. All the all-inclusive do. That's how they make money. People don't realize it. People think when they're talking about here in Punta Cana, they go, oh, the places are full 93% of the time occupancy. You know what? They have thousands of people around the world who are coming in using their $80,000, $100,000, $120,000 this travel club membership thing, and they're staying here. That gives them a huge advantage because they're making money. They get maintenance, HOA maintenance, whatever you want to call it, every year. But there's something better. They have vacation packages that people prepay up front. And when you prepay up front, they give you like a month worth of free stay. But you know the damn thing costs like 70 grand. So it is what it is. But they give you like 30 days a year. Get this, a year to go stay at any of their places. That's what Impressive does. That's what, I'm trying to think of the other one. That's what they do. It's very interesting. It's kind of a way to go for a lot of people who travel, because guess what? Oh, you won't believe this. I don't have to go. My friends, family, they can go use it. Yeah, it's special. They don't even advertise this. They usually keep it on the campus of the all-inclusives. Hard Rock has one too, quite frankly. But again, you have to spend minimum, I think, is 25 grand, 30 grand on most of these. And then you'll have like a set like 14 days or 20 days or 30 days for the whole year that you could, and you can stay at the all-inclusive spot. It includes all-inclusive. That's the key. So therefore, it's like, hell yeah, I get to stay 30 days at the Malia all-inclusive anywhere in the world. Hell yeah. And some of these places are 500 a night, 700 a night, 800, 1,000 a night. So people are like, hell yeah, I'll do that. And I can have other people go. It's pretty cool. It's real cool, quite frankly. Real cool. Real cool. Yeah, that was a smart move. A refurbished former hotel. Yep. Invest to renovate and save all the new construction money. Exactly. And like I said, I would guess this place didn't even cost $250,000. I'd be willing to bet you, because it's in Los Corrales. So it's an older property, and it's taking a lot of money to renovate. They made a new deck out here, which is weird. They made it of lumber, which I thought was strange. And humidity levels and rain, that's kind of weird. But nonetheless, they're making use of it. They have a little barbecue grill downstairs. I mean, you can easily see that this was maybe it was a hotel. It's something. I just can't figure out what it was. It was either an apartment house or it was a hotel. The design doesn't make any sense. The pool, I don't think there was a pool there. I think somebody put in this little pool because there's 3 units on some floors. 3 units on each floor. So you got 3, that's 9. And then I don't know what's upstairs. It could be a penthouse for all I know, but I think it's a terrace. So, but nonetheless, the pool is so small that I don't think there was a pool there. They put it in, which probably cost them $15K. That's it. So that was worth it. So people are down there, they feel good. Washers and dryers, they put in a washer dryer set downstairs underneath the deck. So that's good. People have washer and dryers. So, yeah, so I could see where that makes sense again, because that's why they don't have water hookups for washers and dryers in the units, because like you said, hotel, that would make sense. But then again, a lot of people here don't even have washers and dryers up until, in the last 15, 20 years or so. So it depends on when this was built. You might not have even had washer and dryers, because you would have had what my grandma had, an outhouse. So you would have had a washer dryer system outside. You wouldn't have had it in the house. I don't know how DR was in the 80s or 90s. So if it's like how the countryside is, then they don't even have washers and dryers out there for the most. I mean, they do, but clotheslines, and it's a weird thing. It's almost a crossover between, it's like in the 1960s, 70s, and then crosses into the 2020s. It just depends. But yeah, a very smart move, and they're making money, kicking ass, taking names, and it's cheap. This is cheap. This is what I'm saying. I booked a 3-bedroom, $172, all in with the Airbnb fees, which they charged, I think, only $38, I think it was. And that was it. $172 all in for 3 nights. And includes Airbnb fee. So and then when they said $22 per night for the electricity, then when we opened the door, I was like, wait, what's going on here? This is a 3-bed. I thought it was a 1-bedroom, but like I said, she told me downstairs, when she said $22 a night, I go, why? We only have a 1-bedroom. What are you talking about? She goes, no, you booked a 3-bedroom. I was like, what? I thought that was a 1-bedroom at this price. She goes, no, it's a 3-bedroom. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, you can't compete with this, Victor Morrell. When they get everything done here, when they get the deck done, when they're messing around with the washer and dryer thing right now, even though they have some down there, but they're redoing, because I know it's from scratch. So they put in a barbecue thing. So in about a year, this is going to be one of the top-notch places that they should be charging more, quite frankly. There's no way this place where I'm staying right now should be anywhere near $60 a night or $50-some per night. This is insane. This is really insane. This should be at least 120. People would pay it easily. So, hey, but that's why they're full, right? And they bought it at the right price, so they don't have to do anything crazy. I'm pretty sure this place did not cost no more than, I'd be willing to bet you, like I said, the way I see stuff, the windows and all that, this place couldn't have been a rehab, just going to waste. Somebody probably paid $150,000, $120,000. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I would have to guess. After they do rehab, yeah, okay, they might put in another $100,000. But they're still well undervalued, and they have 9 rooms at least, and I don't know what's upstairs. So they have 9. They have a 2-bedroom that sleeps 8. They have a couple 1-bedrooms. They have all different configurations. That's what the beauty of this is. This is actually cool. Yep. Are you walking distance to the beach? Yes. Oh, I'm right by La Bruja still. So I'll be at the beach in 3-4 minutes. I'm by Cat's Corner. If you're, well, not by, but Cat's Corner is probably a 2-minute walk. And then if you're at Cat's Corner, then it's 2 to 3 minutes to the beach from there. I'm trying to think of other landmarks. La Bruja, Cat's Corner, Walla Bavaro, all 5 minutes. From where I'm at, 5 minutes down is the beach. Yeah, I'm by the beach, man. In fact, I'll do these standards. If I'm at the beach and I'm at the beach already, and I'm at Hard Rock, okay? Now, I know where your place is, Galaxy. I would say the next building over from you, back towards the front, but it's the next one back from you. I don't remember what that one is. I don't know if that's Space or if that's Terra. I don't remember. But that's how close it is to the water. Wait a minute. I got to go on in fact, if that's a roof up there, I'm going to go up there. Because, no. Blue Marina was built up front now. So I don't think I'd be able to see through. Maybe at one time you could see through, but Blue Marina's up there. I have video coming out for Blue Marina. They've closed off upstairs. It's formulating. Blue Marina is going to be ready in about a year. Jesus Christ, 5 years, 6 years. About another year and a half is going to be done. They have the underground parking dug out, which is scary to me. They have parking on the first level behind because they have shops that's going to be on the bottom floor. They have the openings. I'm going to be dropping a short on YouTube about it. It's pretty sweet. It's coming along fine, but I don't remember this design. But right now it's not finished. I don't remember the building was going to be white, is all I'm saying. They also have something called Gardenia. That'll be one of my 3 or 4 vid parts on shorts that I'll be adding tomorrow morning or maybe even tonight. That's pretty sweet. So it seems like a simple complex, inexpensive for sure. People got a great deal when they built these. And the only thing missing is infrastructure. You still can't drink the water. I don't even want to touch the water, quite frankly. But unfortunately, they are not building any water treatment centers here, which is a drag. All right. Are you walking distance to the beach? How far walking? It's 5 minutes, man, or less. It's definitely not a mile. If I walked it, I'd be willing to bet you I'll be down there in 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. I don't think we'll get to 5 because it's literally straight down there. In fact, let me think. When I do the video, in fact, hold on, check this out. You guys will see a preview. You'll see a preview. I'll give you a little preview of the video that I shot. Let's see here. This one, it was evening time. But this one right here might be the one. There's Blue Marina. Okay, so can't really see it, but yeah, that's the Blue Marina. So that must have been, so here's another one. Here is Terra Negra. All right. Yeah, you can hear me talking a little bit. But yeah, look, it's looking beautiful. I don't remember the design, but I don't think it's going to end up being white. Okay, so it's in the way. I think I walked down the street. So hold on, I'll show you how far it is. If I show you down the street, you'll see. Let me see. This one I'm not down the street yet. But there's a Terra Negra inside. That's the new, across from La Bruja. And you can see the stores underneath. That's where the stores are going to be. Those big openings are going to be stores. And it's kind of weird how they have it set up, but nonetheless. No, I don't show. Here's the other side. On the main street, it's already crowded. This is on a Monday at around 7 at night. This is the situation. Look, Monday, low season. Across the street from here is a Citrus. Dahlia's restaurant, Citrus restaurant. I don't show down the street though, the other way. On the right-hand side, straight down, is the beach. From here, it's probably less than 2 minutes. Yeah, so you guys are getting some previews of, I took this today to make shorts. So, give you some more previews. All right. This is at the Citrus restaurant. Dahlia's is in here. So, then across the street is Blue Marina. It's in a great location. And so is Gardenia. Taco Bell is underneath Gardenia. Yeah, Taco Bell. Unbelievable. This is another complex called Gardenia. that I never heard of. And they're just, and Blue Marina's right next door. And by the way, where you see Blue Marina, there's a street right there where the street lamp is. That street, you walk straight up and it runs into this building. So literally I can be at Citrus in like 2 minutes because I walked back that way. It's crazy. It's that close, man. So I thought I had a video going down the street, but I guess I did not. But oh well, that's life. Maybe tomorrow when I actually do a video. I just did a 1 minute clip so I can just post them on our channel. All right, so there you go. There you go, Victor Morel. Yeah, it's close. Los Corrales, number one. Remember, 71% occupancy rate for studios and studios. 71% occupancy rate in Los Corrales, El Cortocito. A one-bedroom unit drops to 68% according to Airbnb Ticks. All right, it's called Airbnb Ticks, TICS, for air statistics. If you want to find out about something, remember in all of La Altagracia, which is the province or county if you're in America, which includes the Capcanas, which includes Verón, which includes Macau and all that, it's 41% occupancy rate. So again, if it's 71% studio units in Los Corrales, that means on the flip side, there's some other people that's only doing 20% or 15 or 10% to offset that 80%. So somebody's doing 70, somebody else is only doing 10. A lot of people have to be doing 10 in order to make it halfway, 40%, 41%. So that's what you have to worry about. That's why you don't go out here and do willy-nilly stuff. Victor Morel bought at Macau, right? It's by the beach. It's by Hard Rock. There's a reason people are going to stay there. You have to have a reason for people to come stay there. It just can't be, I have a building, come. That's not how it works. The reason why people stay here, because you have all these restaurants, bars, nightclubs, the beach, all within 5 minutes. You're going to walk past, one, two. In fact, from here to the beach, just a straight walk, straight down, you're going to pass at least 10 to 15 restaurants, at least. Bars, casino. I mean, it's insane. That's why this is the hottest spot, because this was built for tourists. And now they're trying to replicate this in other parts of Punta Cana, which is going to be very hard. Downtown had Cocobongo and that scenario, but there's nothing like what you have here because you can walk 5 minutes in either direction. You got mini marts, you got pharmacy, you have everything within a couple of minutes. Like if I leave this place right now or Coral Village and I said, I need groceries, I need pharmacy, I need exchange service, I need washer, dryer. If the place doesn't have one, they have a washer, dryer at the El Dorado Center. And I need restaurants, I need bar, I need music. You won't get 100 yards, and you will have all of that in 100 yards. That's why this location is where I usually stay, in this area, because I like walking out and being able to go less than 100 yards and get food, drinks, eat, be merry. Less than 100 yards. Seriously. That's why this place is the hottest spot. This place, not every place in Los Corrales, El Cortocito, but every place within a block off of Alamana, I think is how you pronounce that street. As long as you're a block off or 2 blocks off, even if you're a block or 2 off, you walk down one of the side streets that runs into Alamana where Citrus is. And if you go down 2 blocks, go down, that takes you straight down to the beach another way. So everybody that lives in this neighborhood from La Bruja all the way over 5 or 6 blocks, they too can walk to the beach in 5 minutes. Everybody can be to the beach in 5 minutes. Literally walking. You have a bike, you'll be there in 2. Just saying. So that's what makes this place so special. And that's why if you can buy something here at a low price, you're going to do well. You're going to do well. So you can't complain that way. All right, looks like that area is busy. Key factor, the Blue Marina and the project next to it is parking. Parking may be tight in that area. No, Victor Morel, just what they did at your spot, they have underground parking at Blue Marina. They have more than underground parking. They have underground parking at Blue Marina. I'm pretty sure that's for guests. Behind, on the first floor, behind the shops, they have parking inside the building. So the lower level where the shops are is a facade, so to speak. Shops are there. The owners will have their shops and parking spots, probably right behind, but they have parking inside in the back. That's what's cool about it. They did something that's pretty cool. When I walked down the back side today, I said, oh, okay, the big old opening, so they'll be able to have trucks that can go in. It's at least, it seemed like it was 15 to 20 feet high for the opening. So they're going to have a little bit of parking there. Underneath, they'll probably have parking as well because they have shops. But the parking lot across the street is where the restaurants are. Citrus, Dahlia's, the pizza place, Stop and Play. They have a parking area. That's where people park. But there's see, here's the thing. You have to remember, once you're here, there's no reason to have a car. There really isn't. If you're going to stay in this area, there's no reason to have a car. You can walk everywhere. And if you don't want to walk, you get a tuk-tuk, or you get a Uber, or you get a drive, or you just flag somebody down. I mean, they have taxis. I mean, getting around is not an issue. Motos are here. So if you really couldn't walk, a peso, 2 pesos, you're rolling. You'll be to the beach on 2 pesos, let's say. That is not even a thing. So you don't even need a car. That's the beauty of it. And what you're seeing, the traffic is from, it's actually from people coming in and out because they decide to go wherever they went, right? And then some of the people, like the taxis, the motos, and the workers, because you saw some of the trucks, those people are working on the building at Blue Marina. So they're kind of blocking things up a little bit. But it's like you don't need a car. No, you just need to get down here, and getting down here from the airport, if you use Uber, if it's not a holiday, if it's just a regular day, then you're only paying $10 to come from the airport down to, I'm sorry, not $10. Yeah. 4.99 pesos. That's it. So you're paying like $10 or less from the airport to Los Corrales. I don't know what happens in El Cordacito. I don't stay down there. I just like this so much because it floods down at Los Corrales El Cordacito on the corner. On the next turn down there, it floods when it rains. So I don't generally like staying down there. But nonetheless, this is the spot. Whenever they fix up the infrastructure, this is going to be a cool ass spot still. But Vista Con is going to be cool. Downtown is going to be cool. And Macau's and everything's going to be cool. But we need another 10 million people by air in the next 2-3 years. We have to go 8.5 to 9 million this year. Next year, we have to go 9.5 to 10. And unfortunately, we're going to be close at the 8.5. But next year, it's going to be a boom all over. So I expect a boom for people to come here as well, especially after they start hearing the words of how cheap it is to stay. And then they're going to find out, hey, okay, it's reasonable. It's not overpriced. It's not like what Vegas has done to people, right? It's not like that. So that's why people come. But parking, no, it's okay. Here's the other thing. So all of the complexes have guards, right? So you can't get in. So if you live in the area, you're going to park your car in your complex. The people who are coming to visit, then they're just going to park at the location or the parking spots, areas that you can park. Or you can park on the street as well in some locations, not on that main street though. But down where our Republic is, if you find a spot, you can pull in up against the curb. You're good. So their parking is not really an issue, which is surprising. But it could become one day because they're adding another 1,000 units from where I'm at. It's basically 2 blocks over. They're adding like another 1,000 units back there. They already started building them. There's one complex that's already done, and I think that's probably about a 80 unit, 70 unit complex. And then they've got a massive one behind it, and Secret Gardens back here too. That's massive. And that's on the Los Corrales side, but it comes all the way back. It's massive. I don't know how many units it has. It's probably 100 and something. But yeah, they're adding all these people, but there's parking for all these people. Just like this building right here, there's parking for people that's staying here. So you're taking all the cars off the street, so to speak, if people do get cars for these places that decide to have underground parking or parking stalls for people. And then if people don't have used the parking stalls, okay, great. But parking is not an issue thus far. Every place has parking that builds a complex. So it's pretty good. But you're right. There's one thing that's going to happen. If you keep building units, and if I'll put it another way, if the driving around here wasn't so bad, then I would have a car. That's what I would do. But since it's so bad, I don't want to take a risk on getting in an accident. So that's why I don't drive. But if it was like somewhat safe, like in America, then there would be a hell of a lot more cars on the road. But then again, you got to keep in mind the ecosystem here, all-inclusive resorts. Why do people need a car? They don't. And most people stay at all-inclusive resorts first. I don't think that'll ever change because that's hard to beat with all you can drink, all you can eat, have shows, and you're at the beach. That's hard to beat, especially if you're talking about, 300, 400, 500, 600. There's enough people that can afford that. They'd rather spend 2,000, 2,400, stay 5-6 nights, and have everything catered. Why walk around looking for stuff when you have everything there? Makes no sense. That's like Hard Rock. It makes no sense. It's like if they have their deals like they do probably right now, and you booked at $350. They usually have a $350 Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff, and you could stay $350 to $400 per night, and you can stay at the Hard Rock. Come on, that's crazy. All them nice restaurants, all the amenities inside. It's on the water parks. I mean, even though you take a tram out there, it's so big. I mean, you got everything there. You can't beat it, whether you have 2 people or 4, which is kind of weird, but 2 people, 400, 3. They usually have a $350 during Cyber Monday, Black Friday. By the way, speaking of that, they have fly and buy deals right now for Black Friday. Several locations. Seven Palms is one of them. Our old boys at Larimar. But it is what it is, man. We have people that own at Larimar. I got to get this out. I was starting to say it. Me and the guy, I call him the German. Me and him don't see eye to eye because he doesn't like me when he goes, you bad talk. And when I see you, you talk good and happy. I said, I talk happy, but I'm still talking bad when I'm here too. I said, I want to go see what you guys are doing. And then I said, if that's not up to par, then you're going to hear about it. I said, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt until you show that you're not up to par. I try to tell him. He's like, well, I don't like it, man. You talk bad about us. And then when I see you, sometimes you say something good about it. I said, yeah, I say something good when you do good, and I say bad when you're bad. I call it like I see it. But right now, it's bad, and it ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop, is what I told him. I'm not going to stop saying bad. He goes, well, you know, we're going to do those. We're blowing up the rocks. I said, yeah, so what? So what? What are you doing? Okay, so you got some charges. You blew up the rocks. You blew them up. So what? You still got to clean them up now, and you still can't dig footings down. You didn't do anything. So what are you saying? I said, that's not impressive. What's impressive is if you had a foundation. That would be impressive. You don't have none of that right now. You don't have anything there right now. You're just busting up rocks. He goes, yeah, well, he goes, you need to be positive. You need to say some good. I said, good things? What good things? What are you saying? He goes, we're going to deliver. That's why. You don't believe. I said, no, I don't believe. You don't have nothing built. You don't even have nothing. You're blowing up rocks. What are you talking about? You don't believe. That's why I'm always mad about you. I said, okay, man, I don't believe. But I said, here's the thing. You're talking, I don't believe. But it was you that I said I would bet you $5,000 that you ain't starting to build nothing before 2025. I said, so what are you saying I don't believe? You're damn right. I was willing to put my money behind it, but you and the Gennaro, all you dudes, I said, we putting $5,000 in escrow for each of us. And I said, who wins gets the money. And you guys are the ones that didn't believe in your bullshit. So if you believe so much, why didn't you put up the money then? I said, so what are you talking about right now? So I don't believe just because you say you're going to be building stuff by, he goes, we don't need to do anything extra because we're going to build it by our delivery date. I started laughing like, are you serious right now? I said, you're joking. He says, no, I'm serious. We're going to build. We don't have to do anything because we're going to build on time. I said, okay, hold on. You're going to build on time? You mean like, I said, I'll tell you what, just for the sake of everything. So I said, forget September. Forget December 2025. I'll even give you January, February, March of 2026. Are you saying in that time frame that you're going to build 3-4 buildings? I mean, what are we talking about exactly when you say we're going to build on time? And that's when we didn't get to it because he was getting a little heated. I was getting a little heated. Like, man, what are you saying? You're giving me Bible rhetoric right now. We're going to do it. We don't have to do anything because we're going to build on time. How? So I asked him, are you going to build panels? Because if you're going to build panels, then yes, you can build a 17-floor building in probably 4 months. So therefore, yeah, you might be able to do it. You could have 2, 3, 4 buildings between now, if you could do it, and December of next year. That would give you 12 months, 13 months, 2026. I'll even tell you, first quarter. Okay, so yeah, you could do 4 or 5 buildings, and if you do panels. No, we're not doing panels. Well, then if you're doing it the old-fashioned way, what are you talking about? You're not building anything brick by brick in a year. But he goes, you don't know what we do. We're not like 99% of the other people around here. I'm like, hey, man, at this point, you are. I don't know what you're smoking. I didn't say that, though. But in my brain, I'm like, what is he smoking up right now? He's acting just like he did last year. We got into it January of this year. That's why me and him been going back and forth when he didn't accept the $5,000 bet, him and Gennaro, because they were talking all their garbage. I said, okay, put $5,000 in a bucket. Whoever wins gets it. And I said, it's only $5,000. Why do you guys care? If you're so believing, and here we are almost a year later when January comes, and he's still spouting you don't believe. And I'm still going, you don't have a foundation. We're saying the same thing we said a year ago. Still no permits to build. But they're coming. Well, that's what they said last December when we had our Punta Cana Investors Forum. So that's crazy. Crazy stuff. So they kind of annoy me today. Looks like that area is busy. Key factor, the Bloom Arena. Yeah. So the good news was Juan Andreas, me and him was going to have a nice little chat. He's always been cool. He's put up with my I don't believe stuff. And if I would have cut short our normal activity, we could have went up there at around 1 or 2 o'clock today, but I couldn't make it back. So he's like telling me, oh, by the way, I'll show you guys some things. This is what came across today for Larimar. I'm getting upset a little when I saw this. I was like, what the frick? Check this out. You guys won't believe this for all you Larimar lovers. First, this comes up. This. Coming soon. I was like, this is on their Instagram. I was like, what does this mean? You could have said this last year, the year before that. This is nothing. That's why I was like, wait, man, what are you guys doing? Hold on. I'll show you guys something else that came across too. And all I can keep doing is it's hard not to laugh. It's hard not to laugh when you see this. Check this out. Let's see here. Coming soon. This right here. Look at this. Larimar Beach Club. I don't know where this is. All right? But it says, I'm like, what is this rendering stuff? What the hell's going on? Why are you saying these things? This doesn't make any sense. And it's on their stories. It's on their stories, which is crazy. Look, this is how it all started. This is their stories. It's crazy. I'm just like, look, this is crazy what they're doing. It's on their stories on Instagram. I'm like, dudes, you don't have nothing built. But Black Friday specials. So here's the last thing. Yo, Dennis, welcome to the SSN Nation. Money Making Monday live stream. All right, there's one last thing. So he starts telling me, hey, Eric, we're insured. You're insured. If we don't complete it on time, then we'll give you your money back. I was like, I said, what are you saying? I said, okay, let me explain. In 2 years, the stock market has doubled and then some. Who cares about getting their money back when they've put down 20 to 30%? That's not the obligation of the person, because now I don't have insurance. I'm in first phase. He goes, oh, but you got to pay. I said, pay what? He says, oh, I think it's 2%. So hold on. If somebody bought something for $150K, are you saying you want them to pay $3,000 for insurance just so they can get their money back if you don't perform? Why would I do that? I should be getting my money back if you don't perform anyhow. What am I paying insurance for? You're the one that's building the damn thing. What am I doing? Ensuring that you're going to complete it or not? I said, this makes no sense. He goes, no, what do you mean? I said, it makes no sense. Why am I going to pay $3,000? It's like I'm gambling. I give you $3,000 if you don't build it by, I don't know, February 2026, and all you're going to do is give me back my 30 or 40% after 2 years, after I've lost money that I could have had in the stock market? It would have been double, if not more. Are you serious right now? How is that even a thing? Who would do this? I should get my money back like I've been asking for you not completing your stuff. Why do I have to pay for insurance? That makes no sense. That's not no guarantee of nothing. I lost money by effing around. I said, you're not making any sense right now. This is not making any sense. I got to go now. I got to go because I'll be up here all day. Because this was after we finished the first meeting, and I just stopped in the office to see Juan Andreas because he said he could meet me maybe today or tomorrow. But then I saw the German in there, and I said, hey, what's up, man? And then he wanted to have a word because he doesn't like how I talk bad. He goes, you don't talk good. You talk good. Then when I see you, you talk good. You talk bad. And I said, don't worry, I'm still talking bad because nothing's happening. So, again, I'm a little pissed about that. Are you kidding me? The insurance should be coming from them. Exactly, Victor Marrero. They're the ones that should carry insurance to protect their project. Yes, but that's not what it's protecting. They have insurance to protect their project. What they're doing is people who are buying can take out insurance. So if they don't complete the project on time, the insurance is supposed to give people their money back. And I'm like, okay, that'd be just like this right now, Victor Marrero. If Connor Rock came to you and said the same thing, hey, Victor, since let's just say, since we're not going to deliver on time, we want you to give us $6,000. And if we don't get this done in the next 6 or months or a year, then you get your money back. You're going to be looking at them like, dudes, the money I already gave you, I would have doubled already and more. That's an insult to me. That's the point I'm trying to make, that you guys effing around costing me money when I could have put it somewhere else because I believed in your ass. And now that I'm not believing, you're telling me believe in thin air and you're not doing anything. But I'm supposed to cover myself when I should just get my money back anyhow since you're not completing the assignment. Why should I have to pay for insurance against you finishing? That makes no sense. So you're paying insurance. Can you imagine if Hard Rock would have came to you like 4 years ago and said, hey, Victor, give us $6,000. And you go, well, when are you going to be completed? And they say, well, we'll be done in like 2.5 years. Give us $6,000. And if we don't complete by that time, we'll give you back the money you gave us. You'd be like, man, are you serious right now? You serious? So messing around with you, I missed the 2022, 2021, 2022. I missed the run-up from the pandemic. Then I missed the next run-up in the last month, the last run-up for the last year and a half of the stock market, doubling. And I'm missing out on dividend money because I'm messing around with you. And you want me to insure it, give you $6 more grand, so I'm ensuring that you're going to finish the project and all I do is get my money back? I mean, I kind of like looking at him like, he goes, what do you mean? And I'm like, what do you mean? I look at it like, if you complete the project, nobody would want their money back. That's the point. You're on something else. I don't know what you're on. That's not the point. The people are giving you money. They earn their appreciation. So they don't really want the money back. The fact that you don't complete it is a slap in the face because all they do is get back the money they put up for the last 2 or 3 years and get no appreciation, no money, no nothing. So why would I want the money back after I've lost value? I can't buy the same thing 3 years ago than I can buy today. This is ridiculous talk. Just disgusting talk, in my opinion. Disgusting talk. I was like, I've never even heard of no crap like this. I'm going to pay for insurance so if you don't complete the project, you're going to give me my money back after I've been paying you for 2.5 years or 3 years. Insult. If the insurance thing said, I'm going to give you what the stock market did, now you would have my attention. double it, send it back. I'll pay the insurance. But that ain't happening. That ain't happening. We lost money right now messing around. And by the way, there's something else I should tell you guys. It's not about Larimar. It has to do with what I think is going to happen, basically. When this video comes out, people watch it 2 years from now. It's December 2nd, 2024. In 3 years from now, here's what I predict is going to happen. There's going to be a run-up in prices in DR for real estate. But because the buyers, 60% of buyers are Canadian and USA citizens, when times get tough, like it's going to happen in about 3.5 years, as I predict, then that means that Canadian market and USA market won't be coming here to buy at the high numbers that they're accustomed to. And that also means whoever's going to buy them, there's going to be a whole bunch of properties for sale because the rental market will be the same. Because people won't be able to afford to come here. Because 80% of the population will be living paycheck to paycheck. So that means people are going to start selling their units like what's happening already here. The Sale Del Mar, for instance, is a perfect example that has the pool. It's a block away from Alameda Main Street. It's still a 5-minute walk to the beach, but the fact is all it has is a pool. And in that section, they have restaurants, they have mini marts, but that's it. You still have to walk down to this side if you want all the stuff that this side has. They have a few restaurants that they have, but not that many people are at that side. So there's a bunch of people trying to sell their 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom units because they found out that even though it's 70% occupancy rate here in Los Corrales, because of where that's located, they don't get 70% rentals. And they can't rent at 0.1% of the purchase price. They can't get, if I can get this place for $172 for 3 nights, and it's a 3-bedroom, how are they getting a 1-bedroom for more than $89 per night? That's the problem. When they bought those units for $89,000, $99,000, and then they have a 25% management fee on top, and they're not getting 70% rentals. So that's why there's about 10 1-bedroom units in there for sale. There's about 5 2-bedroom units, and they want $120 to $140 for their 1-bedroom, so they get the appreciation money. They want for the 2-bedrooms $205, $220, stuff they bought for like $125, $130, $140, something like that. But nobody's buying because all they have is a pool. And there's no rental values. They can't give them a book going, hey, man, we rented this 70% of the time. So people are trying to get out. And in 3.5 years, some of these properties, because they're building more, will be going down because people are going to be saying, I'm staying at Vista Cana. They're going to be saying, I'm going to stay downtown. They're going to be saying, I'm going to stay across the street at the Seed from downtown, across the highway. All these places people are going to start getting there, and now they're going to have competition. They don't have competition right now. So if you can't win now in Los Corrales, El Cortecito, you're damn sure not going to be winning when Atlanta is right up the way before you get down here. This is built, and Vista Cana and downtown's built. You will not be winning. And where Victor Morello's at Macau, because that is upscale. This is not upscale. So people are going to stay there with the money, right? People with money generally may stay here, but this isn't conducive upscale luxury. You're staying in just normal neighborhood, a Dominican nice neighborhood. I'll put it that way. It's not normal, it's nicer because there's areas that are bad. Once you go off the, beaten path, it's bad. So, that's how it is. Yeah, I am stunned now trying to make sense of what they told you. I wonder if anyone else did get insurance. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody just told me they've gotten insurance, but I'm pretty sure they talked some people into it because I'm just like, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm insuring that you're going to deliver on time. And if you don't deliver on time after 2.5 to 3 years, you're going to give me my money back without interest. I mean, even if you gave me my money back with 10% interest, I'm not interested That doesn't even make any sense. How about just give me my money back because you didn't complete it on time in the first damn place? Why do I have to have insurance for? Why does I have to pay for insurance, and why does the insurance company have to cover your negligence? And you're cheating me out of money. You're cheating me out of money all the way around. If you give me my insurance, I pay for the insurance, get the money back. I could have made double or triple the money. One, if I get 10% more, I still could have doubled or tripled the money. And I would have been delivered a property that would have appreciated. So now I lose the value of that appreciation as well. And I get my money back. Either way, it's bad. I don't see any how this is good. So I'm right with you. I was stunned when the guy's talking to me and he literally says, "What's the problem? That's good for you." I said, I explained it to you what the problem is. That's not a good deal. It's 2.5 years. You've been collecting money that could have went somewhere else. In fact, I didn't tell him this, but in my brain, I'm like, dude, we could have been making 100% on this damn money, 50% on this damn money for the last year and a half, 2 years, damn near, 2 years, in fact. Because Brian P. and Victor, you guys were talking about it 2 years ago in December and January. Then you guys started investing. I think Brian P. was investing. Then 6 months later, it came up again. And Victor Morel was like, yeah, UMAC ETF. And Brian P. was like, yeah. And I was like, didn't you see what you guys were talking about like 6 months ago earlier? And they're like, yeah. And then it was like, so it's been almost 2 years. And that's almost the same amount of time they've been collecting money, although I stopped paying mine, so I don't really care. But the fact of the matter is, all that money that's tied up, it's somewhere between 17 to 20 G's. Something like that. I can't remember. I don't even know the number. But the fact of the matter is, that same 17 to 20 G's, if we'd have had it in 2022, at this 50 and 60% distribution rates, are you serious right now? That would be damn near $100,000. Seriously. And some of these shares from UMAX ETF has actually went up in price, appreciated to boot. So not only would you have the appreciation on some of these, you would have dividends of 50, 60, 70, 100% return. And it would be making money compounding by itself at 50%, 60%, 70, 100%. Insanity. So we're talking about 2 years. That's why this is disgusting. I mean, it's silly. It's like going to Walmart to buy an item that when you take it home, it's broken. And when you return it, they ask, where's your insurance? I'll lose my mind. Exactly. That's what it is. It's crazy. Or better yet, it's like they deliver something to your house. They break it. And then they go to you, okay, you paid for that insurance, right? Here's your money back. You'd be looking at them like, okay, where's my damn thing that I ordered? You broke it. Give me my shit that I ordered, man. I don't want my money back. That's what that's like. That's ridiculous. I don't want my money back. I want what you broke. Jesus, you're the one that broke it. Why am I even paying insurance? Your insurance should be covering it. You should be going back to the shop, getting me something else to replace this damn thing. This is just crazy. I've never even heard of some crap like this, man. I've been doing real estate a long time. I've never even heard nothing like this. If that's the case, we can get insurance for the money we invest in the stock market. That's incredible. That had to be a joke. No. Victor Morel, this is legitimate. They have insurance that you have to pay 2% of your purchase price, apparently. No joke. He's not joking. They actually mentioned this insurance like a year and a half, 2 years ago. But they told me we had to pay for it then. And they said, because you're in first phase. And I thought it was included in like Paradise Towers, Breeze Towers, and anything after that. I thought it was included. But apparently, if you want the insurance, everybody has to pay 2% of your purchase price. So if you bought a Horizon for almost $300,000, $275,000, then you're going to pay $5,500 for them not to perform. And even then, I've never even heard of anything like this. I don't even know if this insurance company, first of all, first of all, out of 1,000 units, we know somebody's going to pay. But let's just say out of 1,000 units, we had 10% of the people, 100 people. Could you imagine an insurance company paying just because 1,000 people or 100 people, let's say 100 people, somewhere between 40,000 and 90,000. I remind you, 100 people. And you have 10 people, 90,000 each. That's 990. That's $1 million. Because they didn't. What insurance company is going to legitimately pay this out? The insurance company is going to be like, wait, we still have 90 more people to pay. Yeah, it's a little bit less, but the average is $60,000. So all of a sudden they're just like, wait, this is like 7-8 mil because they didn't finish on time. Hell no, we're not paying that out. I'm like, I can't even believe it's legitimate, quite frankly. But no joke, man. And as far as I know, they're like the only ones that do this. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. It's real crazy. In fact, I just remembered I'm 1 hour ahead over here in the DR. So yeah, I couldn't believe it. And they were acting like it's okay. They're acting like it's normal. And I'm just like looking at them like, how is this even a thing? I should be getting my money back if you don't complete it with or without insurance. But again, this thing about believe that it's going to be done, the insult, here's what one of the insults that he started saying. You're lumping us in with 99% of everybody else. I'm like, yeah, if that's what you say. He goes, we're not like them. You don't know who we are. We complete our stuff on time. I said, no, I don't, because you never built anything over here. All I heard is rumors. And he's like, well, we build on time. We're going to build on time. You just don't believe. And I'm just like, what is this believe thing? We believe when you build. If you're not building and then you're going to tell me it's 12 months from now, you're going to complete 17-story towers, when nobody here has done that, not even Moon Palace. They have 17, 18-story towers. 3 towers, I believe. It's been 4 freaking years. And they're still not done at Moon Palace, and they have crews of hundreds. I've seen the bus. I've seen the open-ended wagon where they just pile people in and drive off. Forget the bus. A big-ass truck bed. And I'm not talking about it's this truck bed that holds like 10 or 15 people. I'm talking about this big-ass long truck bed that it seemed like maybe there could probably have been 50 people in this damn thing. So that's why I get annoyed when he says they're going to do something. And I'm just like, nobody has done this. Nobody in Santo Domingo. And furthermore, here's the thing that irritates me. Where is that in your contract? Is it there? No, there's no insurance in my contract. I'm in first phase. They didn't offer insurance in the first phase. Even then, it would have been one of these FUs. But apparently in the second or third phase, I don't know when, they started spouting this insurance thing. And I'm just like, what the frick? That's crazy. But here's my only point about this. It's just common sense. If they were able to build 17-story buildings in under, let's just say, a year and a half, then that means you'd be building 5 or 4-story buildings in under a year. They would have everybody's business. Everybody's would be doing business with them. Because everybody'd be like, man, we're like a little late. You can build a 4-story, 5-story high building in like 8, 9 months? Hell yeah. Where do we sign up? 10 months? Hell yeah. Where do we sign? Less than 1 year? Hell yeah. Where do we sign up? Because that's what they're claiming they can do with 17-story buildings and multiple of them. So I'm just like, well, why wouldn't everybody have you as the company to build? If that's the case, I said, that's like BS. You would have all the business. There's freaking downtown right now. REA's not finished. Central Park, they're on their second or third phase. They're not finished, but they're not rightfully supposed to be finished. But I'm just saying, they have Kaya, they have Ansaya, they have all these projects downtown. Why wouldn't all the downtown projects been like, you can build this in a year? Our 4-story Casa, you can build 4 stories, you can build 3, 4 stories high buildings in a year and a half. Hell, where do we sign up? Everybody would be saying, where do we sign up? That's what I don't understand. They're talking all that. He's talking that mess. Not everybody. He's saying that mess. But I'm like, if you could do that, you would have all the business. So why is it you don't have all the business? And I don't want to hear somebody talking to me about, well, they may not have the money or whatever. I'm just like, that's not even a thing. You got people putting down money, making monthly payments, so they always have a cash flow, regardless. And furthermore, you have paper, so you can always turn it into a derivative. If you sold $10 million worth of paper, you can go down and get somebody to give you 50% on that money, and you can buy the materials to go finish up the damn thing. So then you get your other 30 or 40% on the backside when you deliver. What's the problem? So there's all this excuses all the time is ridiculous. The only excuse you have is the one where your permits, your environmental stuff, that can only be done in a certain time frame. Everything else from that, and when you get that complete and you get your permit and you start building, that's your time frame. But stringing people along because they don't believe you're going to build something in a year, and I still don't get it, but acting like defiant, like you're going to do it. And I'm like, I don't see it. I don't know why anybody's talking like that. I don't care what you build elsewhere. You don't have the capabilities, because if you did, you would have all the business on the freaking island. Why? And in fact, all this time they've been waiting for the last 2 years since they couldn't build. Why wouldn't they be building everybody else's stuff? There's a bunch of projects around here that's only 5 stories high, 4 stories high. So why wouldn't they have all those contracts? Not all, but quite a few contracts, since they can build these things in 7-8 months apparently, or less. If you're only talking about 5 floors, you can build 17 stories in a year. Okay, great. Then that means you can build 5 stories in 6 months. Nobody's doing that. That's just stupid. That's just stupid, quite frankly. It's that case, get insurance money. Yeah, exactly. Where's that in your contract? Is it there? No, we don't have that. Like I said, yeah, our contracts are the first ones. First phase doesn't have insurance. I don't know when they started it. It was probably phase 2. But he's saying I could buy. When I told him I'm in first phase, that's when he goes, oh yeah, you could. I think it's 2%. I was like, 2% of what? Purchase price? I said 153 grand. I said that's crazy. Putting bad money after bad. And so you're going to keep the money. That's what the thing. I'm like, you're going to keep the money instead of giving people back their money if you don't deliver. But you're going to make the insurance company pay it back. That's funny. That's too much. That's too much, man. All right. So that's the latest encounter. But, it's not even, I'm not even mad at Larimar. All I'm mad about is the fact that they're acting like they're going to build it. They're acting like they believe. They're saying, you know who we are. We're going to build on time. And I'm just giving them grace. Like I said, okay, on time, you mean like January, February, March 2026. And he's like, yeah, on time. And I'm like, but you're not. He's like, and he's sitting there, yeah, we're going to do it. You know who we are. We're going to. And I'm just like, I don't know who you are. You don't have no projects on the island that you built. And he's like, yeah, but we're going to make it happen. And I'm just like, it's like a cult this dude's in. I'm just like, how? You can't prove anything you're saying. Oh, we built outside of the country. We've done this before. I said, no, you haven't. Because if you did it before, we wouldn't be sitting here with this conversation after 2 years, 2+ years. We wouldn't be having this conversation. I'm like, you would have built somebody else's stuff. I don't get what he's saying to me. It's annoying when people sound like this, a cult situation. It's so annoying, especially when you have people's money, you have SSN Nation members' money, you have other people's money that's not even affiliated with SSN Nation, but because they saw my videos, they bought from Larimar. That's what's so sickening about this. So, and remember with Larimar, I was helping them out without getting anything back at one point until I started realizing, I'm like, hey man, because then they said, Eric, we'll give you 1% for everybody that buys. Okay, great. I didn't even say 3%. I didn't even say nothing. I just said, okay, thanks, man. I'm really just loving the project, but that's nice. You can give me 1%. But that's after 6, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months went by, maybe even a year. But I was like loving the project. Everything was cool. And then when I find out, wait a minute, it's a year went by. You only have like 18 months. You only have 16 months. What's going on? And now it's like, 12 months, we'll be good. 14 months, we'll be good. 16 months, we'll be good. I even said February through March. Okay, I'll give you that too. And in fact, they have 6 months after, that's March, 6 months after September. That's their 180 days. So yeah, I'm still on the right track. So yeah, if you could deliver on that time span, that's cool. But now we're down to 15 months. And that means they better get on it. But they're not. All right. They're blowing up some more rocks. All right. Enough. I just thought it was very interesting. And in fact, I've been on this screen so long that I didn't see my name is Dewan on the Instagram channel. That's right, everybody. Go over. They got us up to 930 again yesterday. Today on Instagram, I look and it went back down to 929. These guys on social media just kill me. It's not organic. It's they pick and choose. I keep saying this. I firmly believe it because every time we get more people to sign up, they try to take back. But we went from 915 to 921 to 922, 925, back down to 921, 920, then back up to 925, back to 923, then popped up at 930 yesterday, 930 followers, then dropped back down to 929 now. But there will never be an explosion. It's kind of funny. And by the way, I post on Instagram almost every day, a couple of times. Like the videos I showed you tonight, I will be posting on Instagram. I'll be doing a short on YouTube, and I'll be doing something on Pinterest. And I'll probably be putting some on other social media platforms. Down below in the description box, there's all the other platforms. So go there and check it out. That'd be greatly appreciated. Now I got to run, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, even though I've been on here 2 hours and 45 minutes, unfortunately, I am an hour ahead of Eastern time. So that means I got to get some sleep. Again, we have our thing, but you know what? We don't start at 8 a.m. in the morning. We allow people to get their breakfast if they want something. They can come see me, and we leave at 10 a.m. Makes it nice and easy for everybody involved in case I do stay up late, which is why I can keep talking, but unfortunately I'm not, because I want to get some sleep tonight because I was up actually late last night. And we have some, I'll be over at Vistacana tomorrow, just so you guys know. So I'll be taking some pictures in case we do have a lot of owners from Vistacana, so I'll be doing that. So Don't miss the Wednesday night live stream. It's no longer members only because we're demonetized because they're calling what I've done on some of the shorts reuse. And yes, I have used, they have this thing about social media reuse. So I have used shorts or other videos from other platforms in the shorts. So yes, I did violate their, I didn't even realize that you can't use video from other social media platforms because I've seen TikTok videos on YouTube. I've seen real estate videos posted. I've seen people using the same video, but another person is talking in it or putting up some, pictures inside the same video to, do some little things. But apparently that's what I have to do, the way I understand it. So, and then I see plenty of videos that look the same without editing. So they're claiming that's reuse. And yes, I'm not the only person. I actually not Googled, but was on YouTube and did reuse violations, and people started coming up. So people that had larger channels than me got the same thing. 500,000 is one guy I ran into, which is crazy. So he got demonetized for reuse. And he says the same thing. What did I do? He doesn't know what he did wrong. He says, that's interesting. He's like, but he got demonetized with 500,000 people. Crazy. And that's why I supposed to have redone. No, I'm not going to redo it this week. I don't have time. But I guess I could have time. I'm going to add the Cash App logo, and there's something else I'm missing. I got to add something else. Cash App. Oh, Venmo. There you go. QR code for Venmo. So if you want to support the channel, it's Cash App. Stop Struggling Now. And Venmo, I don't know what it is because I've never hardly used these for that. I've only used it when my daughters or somebody said they needed some money and I'd send them money, or friends of mine that needed something immediately, I'd send them money. But I've never really used it for money-making procedure. So now I know I'm supposed to leave a QR or the Stop Struggling Now stuff on the screen or something. So we'll do that. With this here, we'll add it. Wait, what happened? Okay, I can't shrink this. Oh, I see. Okay, so the Panama hat, my man, Panama Jack. If you're a DJ still alive, you're out there from Cali, Panama Jack, man. Hope you've been doing good all these years. Panama Jack used to be a DJ in Sacramento. And when I was very young, I used to work for Crystal Water. I should give this on Friday night, but I'm going to give you guys one. So I worked for Crystal Water, and I was collections. So I used to go out and pick up coolers and things like that. And I had the coolest job on the planet because even though we're in Sacramento, I could drive to Stockton, Modesto. I could go anywhere. So I could leave in the morning. I had a salary job, which was cool. And then I just pick and choose where I want to go. No supervisor limited. Some guy would come check on us. I had me and another girl worked in this collections. I had places outside, right? Because I'm the guy. The other person was a female. So she shouldn't be going to rural locations that often and things like that, right? So I'm like, hell yeah, I'll drive down to Stockton because it takes like 45 minutes. And then you can be down there for like 4 hours. And then you drive back 45 minutes. So 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, easy work. Just come knock on people's doors, say, hey, where's the coolers? Where's this? Some people say they moved, but hey, we got this cooler over here. And so then we get bonus money for bringing in coolers and bottles and things like that. So one day I'm going down to Stockton and I go to this rural spot in Stockton. It's out in the country. It's like 10 miles outside of town. So I get up there. All of a sudden I smell like weed. I'm like, oh, damn, this is going to be one of these. The guy that opens the door is Panama Jack. He used to be on the radio in Sacramento. We used to play, well, I didn't play, but I was supposed to play in the All-Star game for the radio station with friends. And from Sacramento, they had an All-Star game for celebrities and all that. But I didn't play in it. But I was at the event because I had something to do. So I had to come later. So I was there. And Panama Jack couldn't play worth a lick. So I used to jam him up every time. I'd be like, man, I thought you were like this baller and you can't even ball. And so he opens the door in the middle of Stockton out in this farm rural area spot. And I was like, I looked at him weird. Panama Jack, what are you doing here? He's like, yo, man, I'm on the radio in Stockton. No way. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So long story is very short because it was a big surprise. And then at that point, we get connected again. And then he starts sending me, come down to this party, come down to that party. Now, remember, we're like in our 20s at the time. So, of course, I'm driving down to the parties because we're talking about Central California. You know what that is. Beautiful women. Hey, Cali has beautiful women all over the place. But that's what it is, right? We're in our 20s. So I'm coming, My boy's hooking me up. And again, just because of the weed thing, I don't do weed. I don't do drugs, all right? Just put it out there. Just let you guys know. Weed's not my thing. Drugs not my thing. Being a black guy in America, drugs is bad. Every time you get pulled over, police go, I smell weed. Just like, man, what are you doing? Really? I don't think so. You don't smell weed, man. I don't do weed, and I don't let anybody in my ride do weed. Nobody's doing weed. Nobody's doing weed, period. It ain't happening. Even dudes that do weed, if they try to do anything in my ride, it ain't happening because I get pulled over too much. I don't want no stench of nothing. There's no smoking. There's nothing. I don't smoke either. There's none of that. So then they're like, yeah, I smell weed. And so they're always funny. They've always been funny my whole life. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to run. I'll see you on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m., hopefully. And let's see what we're going to talk about on Wednesday night. It'll probably be a little bit more of what's been happening here. Oh, Wednesday night. Oh, it's Punta Cana Investors Forum Takeover. That's right. The people that has been here for the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, they do the live stream. How cool is that? How cool is that? So you guys are going to hear what happened, what was talked about. There was some great info from the lawyers today. Oh man, it was on fire. Some of the stuff that was talked about. Come to find out, Victor Marrero, you probably already know about the VA residency situation. You probably know about this already. Apparently, guy comes in, he's part of the group today, VA. He says he got his residency, not that 10-year wait thing. Somehow he got it faster. And he's not married to a Dominican person. So he went to the consulate or something, he was saying, and he got his residency, but it's also based on something else. I'll be talking to him about it tomorrow because it's something that I didn't hear before. And it was weird. I was like, oh, so there's like 4 ways to get residency. Not just like the money, not just the investment, not just the retirement. There's a 4th way, and the 4th way is the hardest though. But you got the business, you got the $2,000 a month, the $1,500 a month, rental, something new. I'll give you guys the info. The rental, you should have been here, but the rental, if you have $2,000 a month or more of rental money coming in that you can prove, not even to the DR, just that it's coming into your account, you can get residency. And that's based on that 2,000, but it has something to do with real estate. So there's another residency thing for real estate, which I was like, wait, what? And then there's another one for business as well, which is not Airbnb business, but another type of business of something like 100K, something along that line. I was like, wait, they got a bunch of stuff that you can do out here if you want residency. And then they said, Then they started getting into layers of it. 1 year, 10 years it takes. And I was like, but they shortened it. You can do this, that. I was like, oh my God. Okay, if somebody's interested in it, then you got to see the lawyers. They've been doing it. So a bunch of things been happening. We have somebody in our group that was asking about, they're Canadian, asking about how to get funding from how to download your money. What they're trying to do is something that you can't do. They're Canadian, but they're trying to do pay no taxes. And how do you pay no taxes? Well, you have your money dispersed to you in the DR. You have your Airbnb account in the DR. So then that way it's separate from Canada, right? So that's my only thing I told him. I said, I don't think you can do that, because now what's going to end up happening, whenever they decide to start taxing you, you're going to have to pay the 25% or 27% in tax, depending on if you have a business or if it's an individual. And you're probably going to owe some other short-term rental tax that they're going to add on. I mean, so I wouldn't, in other words, you're not going to be able to bypass. There's no way. I don't think you can bypass. He's a Canadian citizen. And just like in America and around the world, if you're a citizen of a country, wherever you make money, you're supposed to report it. So that's the first thing. So trying to bypass it is almost a foolish endeavor. Because if you're collecting the money, then you should take the money and pay the taxes. Why wouldn't you? You didn't earn the money. You didn't have to bust rocks to earn it. People paid you, so why not just take your percentage? Now, I understand you take 25% off of something. I understand. But the fact of the matter is that's the hand you're dealt. And trying to avoid it is just going to lead to problems. That's all it's going to do. You're going to run into problems. You don't want that problem. Like I said, I wasn't even trying to avoid Hawaii. That's the worst one that ever has happened, is when, again, we might have some people watching, and this is why there's Airbnb and people trying to do crazy stuff. I'll show people, gives state of Hawaii, top 1,000 earners to pay Hawaiian state tax. People don't believe me when I say this. And we had a person here today saying the same thing about DR that's interested in buying here. And they said, well, do you think this could happen where even though you don't pay taxes now, that they can go back later and capture the taxes? I said, the state of Hawaii did that. So, yeah, here it is. Yahoo 2019. I'll pull it up for you guys because this stuff is wild. This is wild stuff. So you'll see, in case people have never seen this before and you think you want to bypass taxes, which again, in Hawaii, there was no bypassing taxes. There was no rule. There wasn't like a collection of taxes because you had to pay the resort. In my case, it wasn't a standalone villa, condo, townhome. It was at a resort. So when you go to a resort in in Hawaii, you pay a resort fee and taxes and things like that. So here's from 2019. This is from 2019. This is crazy. Check this out. Let me see. Is it on the screen? No, not on the screen. Is that? Just so people understand, this is no joke out here. Every country, every state is going to try. So hold on. Oh, here we go. I'm not going to be able to show it. My mic might. Let's see. Mic check. Mic check. Mic's out. Are you serious right now? Okay, fine. We're not going to be able to do this. The microphone's out. Stuck. sharing. All right. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'll do it this way. Check, check. Mic check. Check, check. Okay, I'm back. Well, they blocked it. But what I did was this right here, in case somebody's watching this, and you can get this. I don't know if it's going to go across a couple of screens, but you guys can see it right here for yourself. Right here, you can see it. There it is. This is the agreement they did with the state circuit court last week, but this is 2019. So here's what happens. Airbnb will provide the Department of Taxation with the records of the 1,000 hosts who made the most revenue from 2016, 17, 2018. The company will give these hosts 2 weeks notice before it hands over the information. So yes, I received something in 2020 that said something like, where just what this said, 1,000 hosts, we're sending 1,000 hosts, the top earners for 1,000 hosts, we're sending that to the state of Hawaii, and you're going to have to pay taxes. So that's when I was like, what? What did they just say? I'm like, holy smokes. Airbnb will provide the state with anonymized data for hosts who had more than 2,000 in annual revenue during those years. The state may then request individual records for those hosts, which is what they did. They will be able to obtain information on only 500 hosts every 2 weeks. Great. Who cares? So anyhow, I was in the top 1,000. And in 2020, late 2020, I get a letter in the mail. And the letter in the mail says something bad. We want $100,000. Bad. Very bad. And those guys were acting like bad actors. Now, the reason they acted like bad actors is simple. It's because they are the state. And they are part of the United States, so now they can attach and do crazy stuff. And so I had to argue with them for about a month. And to this day, I think I have an IOU, but I don't think I have an IOU because I had timeshare condo hotels, and they have a manager who pays resort fees and taxes for occupancy because it is a hotel. And so therefore, they stopped doing any enforcement on me, which was a good thing. But it took 6 months to a year because the guy that works for Hawaii was adamant about it. He goes, no. And I said, no, you need to talk to a supervisor. He goes, no, I don't. He was pretty adamant about trying to collect this. And I kept telling him, I own a commercial location, right? It's actually built as a hotel, which means you have to have a manager that collects the taxes for every reservation. And he still said no. I sent him over a paperwork that shows exactly what happens and what their statute is. I didn't even have to have a lawyer for this. And then after I sent him that, no, I'm not going to apply it towards that. No, we need our tax of 10% or something crazy. It's like 6 figures, sir. I was like, you lost your mind. I made that much money? Damn. Okay. I'm like, I didn't realize it. But you ain't getting it. Because you're wrong. I don't own a condo. I don't own a townhome. I don't own just a villa in a residential neighborhood like other people. I said, there's a reason I did commercial, because that means it's built for rentals. Commercial zone, built for rentals. It's already a hotel, timeshare, already there. So all this BS you're saying is BS. And then they were like, okay. I guess he finally talked to his supervisor. Supervisor, man, you ain't enforcing this. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, damn, I'm going to have to do a lawsuit. So luckily nothing's ever came of it. But anyhow, it's still lingering though. It's not really resolved. It's open. They're just not enforcing it. Because that could mean they can enforce it later. So it is what it is. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we try to get you that mistake-free investing. Although there's no mistake-free investing. You can't win 100% of the time, not even Warren Buffett. So therefore, you have to study, make sure you want to invest in it, and to your best ability, you say, yes, I'll take my chance with this one after all my due diligence. So after that, how you make money depends on you. And investing in dividends right now, enjoy the ride. Investing in tech stocks, enjoy the ride. Borrowing money against assets such as real estate at low interest rates, enjoy the ride, but make sure that real estate gives you money back. Whenever you buy something, get money back. Invest in something, get money back. That's the objective for the next 3 years. Liabilities such as going on vacation and not having replacement of that money is not a good idea right now. All right? Victor Morel is going Mr. Worldwide. Why? Because he can do that. He has pension. He has rental income. He has stock investments. But if you don't have passive income coming in, you ain't supposed to be going around here vacationing. I don't care how much money you have. You need to buy assets that the big boys have. When it comes crumbling down, just remember one thing. Buy more assets. Just saying. Because it's going to crumble. And there's going to be a recession. You just have to buy when it's low. Because when it comes out of recession and things double, that's the kicker right there. So you have to put yourself in position right now. You're the CEO of your life. Make it happen. Go to SSN Lifestyle to get even our SSN Lifestyle dry fits. Whenever you come down here, you want the dry fits. All right? When you want to have some motivational t-shirts, then you go to stopstrugglingnow.com for the motivational t-shirts. Simple as that. Show some love, some support, because I'm demonetized now. And I want to thank everybody for being here. I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support over all these 5+ years. And make sure you smash that like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. If you are a member of the channel, make sure you go subscribe and click the all notification bell, because they remove you from subscription and notifications. So make sure you do that. And I'll see you guys on the other side. But it's not safe everywhere you go. So you have to watch your back no matter where you go, because a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are doing mischief as well. And in America, that is not the safest place in the world. Just like anywhere else, you have to watch your back and you have to pay attention to your surroundings and how people are acting and moving, all of that. I don't want to make it seem like you have to worry, but it's just going to be a way of life as the empire crumbles. That's what's happening to America right now. It's crumbling. You might not want to admit it, but we've rode high on the hog for 500 years and a nation for 200 plus. The problem is it's a democratic society, and the problem is not all sources and all people in the United States are working for a common goal. Some people try to control human beings. In other words, AKA traffic, AKA abuse, AKA pay less money, no livable wages, even though you have enough money to pay for damn near half of the population. So, I mean, this is what we're dealing with right now. Some people want to control all of the wealth. Top 10% control 70% of the wealth in America. You need your piece of the pie before this gets to 80 or 90%, because that's coming up after the fall in about 3.5 years. Okay, thumb it up, and I'll see you guys again. But make sure, above all, always, as I keep telling you at the end of every episode, make sure you keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.